and this is the ECP Championship. Welcome, everybody. My name is Reese.
My name is James.
James here, flew in from Virginia, one of the original, kind of the founder of the ECP.
Correct.
Now, how many years ago was that?
This is the 10th anniversary.
The 10th anniversary, and we've gone from garages to a live stream. What do you think of that?
That's pretty amazing. I was so excited when Jason was saying that it's going to be live streamed. I said, I got to be there.
Well, I've enjoyed playing with a lot of these players. A long time ago, I won the Sweetwater League one time, but I didn't. I don't know did I make an ECP final table? I don't know if I made an ECP final table.
I don't think so.
But I know I dealt for y'all a long time ago. These guys are based out of Abilene, Texas, and we're going to be introducing each and every one of these guys and gals to y'all. But we are right underway, James.
Exactly.
So there you see Patricia. I think she goes by Trish.
Yep, she goes by Trish.
And Bob, he's going to immediately call the first in with the Queen 5 of spades. Want to get right into the action. Each one of these players has started with 50,000 in chips. They're all equal in their chip stacks. And so it doesn't matter how they got to the championship. Everybody's on equal footing now, James.
Exactly. You see Jason called with the 8-7 off. Quint called with the Queen Jack suited. And we're to the flop.
This is Destiny in the box. Queen 8 ace rainbow here. Robert and Quint both flopping second pair. Backdoor clubs for Quint. They're going to check this one around. So kind of feeling each other out early. That's pretty normal in these tournament settings.
Quentin leads out for 600. Bob makes the call. Jason fold.
Yeah, both players having the queen. No one taking any action on that ace on that flop. 9 on the river. Quint here is going to be the one reaching for chips. He does have the check mark there, betting 1,200 on this river. Robert here may be stuck having to make this call just because of the way the action went, and that's exactly what he does. So the very first hand going right over to Quint. Let's take a look here at where everyone is seated. You see them on the top of the name, but we'll run it down here. Quint in the number 1 seat. Frank, seat 2. Eduardo as just Eddie, right?
Edward.
Edward, there you go. Patricia in seat 4. We got to get these names changed. I know these people. They don't go by these names.
Exactly.
We'll get that set up.
It's Bob, not Robert.
Ron
is Ron.
Yep. Ron at seat 6, David at seat 7, Adrian seat 8, and Jason seat 9. These players here, how long is the ECP season?
It is 11 months.
11 months.
So it starts in January, goes through November, and then the finals is in December.
Wow. So
it hasn't always been that way. It used to be all 12 months, and then you play the finals later in December.
Oh, okay. Well, these, like I said, I remember dealing the championships. But like I said, I'm proud to have you guys here in San Angelo, and hope everybody's enjoying watching and going to see us play this one down to a winner as we see 3 ways to a flop. Ace, King, 4, rainbow. Eduardo got his second pair, but Frank, top pair, queen kicker. He's going to bet it out as well.
Edward's coming along because he hit second pair.
Just 1K. Like I said, these guys are 10. You see the 50K starting stacks there. David, not a lot to work with. Going to throw that one into the muck. So we're going to go heads up to a turn. Deuce on the turn. No help to either player. Now, Frank's sizing here could really decide whether Edward comes along or not. 1.5K. He didn't size it up too much more, but not much more developed for... Yeah, and he's going to show the king and lay that one down. And like I said, we've got Destiny there in the box. I want to show these guys at home what these guys are playing for. James, this is absolutely amazing hardware that you guys put together every single year.
Right. I've got the I have Craft Design out of Abilene creates the box for us, and we buy the Poker Champion bracelet. We have a first out coin Usually every year we try to do something special for the final table. The Arctic bottle is what we did this year. Also, because of the fact that it's the 10th anniversary, I bought a poker set. It's a pirate poker and metal chips, and
It's really cool, guys. Can't wait to show that later on the stream. We got it here in the booth. Great stuff. And they haven't been saying much, but we do have some table audio. They're kind of in the serious mode still. 6, 4, 7, 3 always to this flop here. David flopping open-ended with the middle pair. Diamond draw for Quint. This one could have some money in the middle, James.
exactly. A lot of it comes down to how David's going to play this.
Yeah, these 1K bets, I like how they're being conservative stack to pot ratios here.
Exactly.
David going to keep the aggression up with that pair of sixes in the open-ended. Quint's still not going to be able to go anywhere. That board paired, so you could see him possibly fold here sometimes. But he does still think that his flush could be good if that diamond does hit the river.
Exactly.
Doesn't hit the diamond, but hits the 10. So that's going to take the lead away from David. Only 2K, and Quint's going to make this call since he ended up with the top pair. And David going to see the bad news that Quint, searching for diamonds, got there the hard way with the 10 on the river.
Exactly.
Every hand had a king in my hand. Yeah.
You see the chip stacks across the top of your screen there. That's in order of how they are seated at the table as well. Has the dealer button marked, small blind, big blind for those new to streaming. And if you're not familiar with live streams, we do a show a couple times a week, Thursdays and Saturdays usually, sometimes tournaments, sometimes cash games. But how this essentially works is James and I are in the booth, and we are isolated off in a room by ourselves, and we are on a 15-minute delay. So anything that happens live time, if somebody comes in here, they can't see these cards. Everything is kept in buffer for 15 minutes. So the 15-minute delay on streams, it's pretty industry standard across the country on how that works. But those cards are being read to the computer by those blue spades around the table in front of the players there. Front door diamonds gets there. Still 4 players in the hand. Trish and Robert both having top pair kings. Trish is going to make the call here. The diamonds did get there, but still likes her king with the jack kicker. And Robert here looking for a deuce and only a deuce to catch up to this one. Doesn't happen, and so as long as if it goes check here, you're going to see Trish take this one down.
And Trish does.
So here's some chip stacks here. We've seen Quint taking an early lead. All these players started out with 50,000 in chips. Won a couple pots there. You see him at just under 59K, and but the short stack still way up there. David, after he lost that last pot to Quint, still around that 45K mark out of 50. And we'll show some payouts here. Everybody here is into the money, James.
Exactly.
They've got something coming. They've made it this far. They've made the drive down here to San Angelo from Abilene, so going to at least get some gas money.
Exactly.
$2,000 plus the bracelet that we saw earlier. Lots of goodies for these guys. Just an amazing fun prizes for this league. Frank going to raise this one up in the hijack to 600 with the ace-10 offsuit. Trish making the call ace-queen. And that's going to bring along Quint, Ron, and Robert. 6 ways to a 3-ace jack flop. Frank and Trish both having top pair aces. Patricia having the best kicker here. Frank going to be the one to take the lead. He was the one that raised pre-flop. Going to keep that aggression up, making it 1,000. And an immediate raise there from Trish. 2.5K coming back.
Trish is basically saying, get out of my pot.
Yeah. But Frank wants to see a turn card here. Unfortunately, we can see that he needs a 10, and that's it. Board pairing jack, but that does bring front door hearts, so that might slow down the action a little bit from both players. And it does as it goes check. 4 on the river. And another check there as the board pairing jack and the hearts kind of killed all the action there. But good news for Frank. Didn't lose any more money in that pot there.
Exactly.
Here's those payouts we were just talking about. First person eliminated still gets a $100 bill for their efforts. And I think there was some car protectors and
Yeah, it's
stuff out there.
a card protector that's basically said first out.
Yeah,
Got
they
a fish logo on it. It's pretty funny and
consolation prize for the first person out. Yeah, and then you see all the way up to $2,000 for that first place prize. So good little payday for this Abilene League trip here. Jason, middle position, lead down at 8-5 suited, reaching for some chips, wanting to make a play here, raising it up 800. Blinds are 100, 200 right now. It's going to fold on around. Bob folding his button to the small blind, and Ron 5 deuce, no going, and David nothing to battle with. So Jason going to pick up some valuable blinds there.
Exactly.
These guys here, like I said, drove from Abilene and brought a lot of people with them because we've got a lot going on here at the River League. We're right in the middle of our $10,000 guarantee, James.
Yeah, it's an exciting tournament that because of the fact I'm in Virginia, I think I'm going to pass on playing.
Yeah, don't think you're going to be here tomorrow for that, unfortunately. But
if I was, I would have loved to played in it.
Well, our prize pool is already 9,300.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
Yeah, we've had 2 out of 4 flights. 9,300 is the prize pool already on that 10K guarantee. So everything's just gravy today, pretty much. We're going to hit that guarantee in that first flight, and all the entries for the 2 p.m. flight C and the 6 p.m. flight D. Could be looking at about $18,000 prize pool. That'd be my guess. We'll see how today goes. Who knows? I mean, if we have the same result as we did Thursday and Friday, we could have a $20,000 prize pool coming into Sunday.
Exactly.
Queen 10-5 rainbow here. Quint with the middle pair, no player having the queen as it checks through. King on the turn. That's going to give Quint open-ended and Adrian as well. Top pair for Ron. You might see some betting out here as Adrian's actually Adrian's got the gut open-ended. Yeah, he's going to make a bet there, 1.2K. Quint makes the call. Ron has top pair. Oh, he has 2 pairs. Sorry, I didn't even see the 5 there. So Ron definitely making that call, seeing if the board doesn't get too much uglier, which he did get counterfeit on the river. We see he still has the best hand, but it's at the end of the day, there's a lot out there. It's hard to bet.
Yeah, Ron takes this 4,600 chip point down for this hand.
Quite a few people tuned in across all of our social media channels, Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. Want to thank each and every single one of you for tuning in and watching this ECP Championship. It's been excited since Jason asked for it.
Exactly.
I've known a lot of these guys for a long time, played poker with you a long time.
Yes. Yep. Out of before Abilene Aces League started, the only league I couldn't win was my own. I'd make the final tables, but just couldn't make the money or couldn't win. So
Trish here just going to call with the pocket sevens. Ron in the cutoff lets his hand go. David on the dealer button, see if he wants to play his button position there with the queen 4 suited. He took a double look but decided against it. Adrian, queen 8 suited, completes the big. Jason looking down at ace 7 offsuit. He's going to tax this one up maybe a little bit.
nope, he just makes the call.
Oh, because it was raised by Quint. Yeah, Quint did the min raise. That's what it was. I thought
Exactly.
Quint had limped in. Trish was the one that made the call. 6 Jack King rainbow here. Quint here top pair, and he's not going to waste any time. Going to go ahead and bet out 800 on that, and see if anybody had anything to combat with. And we see that there's not much for anybody else, so he's going to take that one down. People kind of playing conservative right now, James.
Well, yeah. It's usually till the first break or something like that, where
Kind of got a feel.
you get the feel of how the game's going to go,
Well,
how the cards are flowing.
yeah, and at the end of the day, I mean, this is the championship. They've been playing all year for this. Um, there's a lot of reasons to be kind of conservative.
Oh, exactly.
In the beginning, for sure.
Absolutely. Actions on Frank with the 8-5 suited. Lets it go. Edwards lets it go. Trish thinking about it.
Now, Trish, her and another player from ECP both did really well a few years ago in the seniors event at WSOP. Do they still go and play in that every year? Do you know?
I know they went in 2023. Trish didn't go and play. She played in Potlam, Omaha at Aria with her husband Brad. The
Yep.
three of us played, and for our first time playing Potlam in Omaha, we actually did pretty well.
It's a different game, especially at that level.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Watched this one lady rebuy 5 times.
And that sounds like Omaha. Jason and Quint here, both fighting with top pair. Jason got the better kicker there with the 10. 9 on the turn, pairs the board. Quint here going to keep his foot on the gas, going to raise bet 800. Jason not going anywhere still with that top pair. Now, unless much changes here, you might see. No, now they're both going to chop the pot. So good out there for Quint. And Quint's going to bet this one out, and Jason's never going to fold. Snap, actually, yeah, they're just going to. I thought he might have raised out there just in case. But dealer Destiny, they're going to be chopping up that pot. And,
Exactly.
And while she's chopping up that pot, I want to talk a little bit about that $10,000 tournament that we mentioned just a minute ago. Thursday was our first flight A. It was at 6 p.m. We had 48 entries.
Wow.
Yeah, and that was on a Thursday flight A. And then last night's flight, we had 45 entries.
Wow, that's pretty good.
So we've pretty much already hit the guarantee. Like I said, 9,300 in that prize pool. And
Nice.
like I said, we have the next flight coming up here in about an hour and a half, and then the 6 p.m. flight. So the value's gone up basically for
Right,
100
exactly.
for $120, which what could be, who knows, it could be a $20,000 prize pool.
Yep, I understand that.
And if you do make that top 12% bag and tag, come back tomorrow. That's the only reason you don't get to play is because it's a 2-day tournament, or it's actually a 4-day tournament. But yeah, you can't. You're not going to be here tomorrow. You got to fly back to East Coast, or
Yep,
close to
exactly.
it, Virginia.
Yep, East Coast.
David here, suited Jack 9, going to raise this one up in the hijack to 800 after Robert made the call, middle position with the ace 9 offsuit. Folds through the blinds. Robert's going to go ahead and come along still. So heads up. Both players sharing a 9. Robert ahead with the ace. Again, some change there. Destiny puts out a flop of 3 deuce deuce 2 hearts for David. Let's see how he chooses to play this one. We saw him continue the aggression in the last time that he got rivered. He had the flush draw and was still betting it. And Robert not wanting to go anywhere just yet. He thinks that the ace high could be good for right now. Now, Robert, if David can find about a $2,000 bet here and 3,000, I like that sizing there. That makes it harder for Robert to continue there. Robert just wanted to see if he could possibly peel a heart there on the turn.
Yeah,
Get
exactly.
that nut flush draw in the mix. YKW saying, let's go Abilene. That's right. All these Abilene and surrounding area representatives for this league that these guys have. Now, they play once a month.
Once a month.
Yep, once a month, and they have a point system. And these were your top 9. Actually, with Karen, who
Yeah,
couldn't
Karen
make it.
couldn't make it, so the 10th place Quentin was able to fill the spot because Karen wasn't here.
Yeah, well, congratulations to Quint for getting that little extra seat. It's good to be on the bubble sometimes.
Exactly.
Robert here, middle position, going to call 200 with the ace of 7 offsuit. David's going to keep that aggression up, raising it up with king queen offsuit to 800. Quint on the button, waking up with ace jack offsuit, makes the call. And Edward, 10-8 suited. Edward, oh, you got to call that, buddy. It's such a good hand to play post flop, but he decides to let it go. as actually Quint 3-bet. Big first 3-bet
Yeah.
we've seen today.
Made
But-
it 1,600 to go, and David made the call.
Yep, so heads up to a 9-6 tray, 2-diamond board. No help to any player, so let's see who keeps up the aggression. We saw a bet and a 3-bet pre. Quint going to keep it up there. That's going to send some pretty strong signals over to David, so you might see this one being taken down right here. Bet 2.3 into that 3K pot, and that's what's going to happen. So good aggression there by Quint. I still like the pre-flop raise there of David, as no one has really tried to quite take over table captain yet.
Exactly.
So it's good for him to kind of start to do that process. We can see here Quint still the chip leader, crossed to that 60K mark, but not much moved around. These guys, like we said, playing a little conservatively. All 50,000 starting stack, but they're playing for 2,000 up top. And, you know, they played a long time to be here. And this, for all these guys, well, I can't say all of them, but for a majority of them, probably first time playing live on stream as well. You know, that kind of can change your play, unfortunately. You have to not let it, but sometimes it does for people. You kind of want to
Right, exactly.
stay there for a while, kind of get a flow of the game. And even if it's not a streamed game, you know, you want to kind of feel out the table. But these guys play, you know, like you said, with each other, month in, month out. So they all know how each other play. You know what I mean?
Right,
They
exactly.
just need to fall back to that and remember that. And just because they drove a little bit of distance here to San Angelo, just because we're live on all social medias, doesn't mean you need to play any different.
True, very true. But you always got to play your game.
4 ways to a flop here. Ace, 10, Queen, Rainbow. Had a lot of rainbow flops so far, as Frank has flopped a gin here with the King Jack. Let's see how he tries to extract max value here. Trish has the top pair, but only with the 4 kickers, so it's going to be tough for Frank to make much out of this hand, James.
Exactly. But he's going to see what he can get out of a bet of 2,200.
Yeah, just under a pot size bet here, but as we can see, it's just not gonna. When you flop that good, it's hard for anybody else to have anything else. So
Exactly. So the question is, do you bet? Do you check it?
yeah, it's hard to say.
But
Yeah.
at that point, are you worried someone might roll and get the flush on you?
You know, the flush draw or a board pair, and you'd be dodging at boats and flushes, and quite frankly, the chips haven't migrated much around the table, so every pot here being pretty valuable, even if it is only a couple thousand, it's pretty good movement with the chip stacks still. You heard Destiny there announce that the blinds are up,
I think we might have a couple.
so we have to. Blinds are 200, 400 now.
The nice. In the show.
Ron's first to act. He makes the call.
Ace 7 offsuit. David with the suited ace wheel. Ace 4. It's like he's reaching for some chips to make that call. Jason Queen 10, a playable hand right now. You might see him raise this one up. I know the guy doesn't like limping that much. But he is going to limp in and see if he can see a flop. When you have 2 callers before you there, you know, raising it up, and you know you're not they're not going to fold very often, so you might as
Right,
well do
exactly.
some pot control here and just see a flop. And we're going to go 5 ways to a flop, as the blinds were brought in as well with these limpers. 4 deuce 5. How about a limped in small blind special for Trish flopping the straight, James?
That's just crazy. I've seen crazier hands to do that, so it's like,
Yep. You've got Jason going to be the one leading this out. Kind of see a little feeler bet where he's at, betting 1.2K. Now, Trish here, who has flopped the straight, thinking about what is the best play for max value. Looks like she's just going to make the call, and I do like it on a rainbow board. Not much to worry about right now. Maybe you can get a couple of the callers. You can see David coming along here a lot of the time with a gut shot, middle pair.
exactly.
Even Ron wants to see a turn card. So far, great value here for Trish. See if that hand holds up. Destiny putting out a board pairing deuce. We see it doesn't change anything, but that does change the texture of the board. This one's going to check all the way through, as Trish was hoping someone else would still keep up the aggression, but Jason shut it down. Now, she's first to act, and she's going to have to lead out and try to make something off this, betting 3K and about the 7K pot. And like I said, nobody else was really able to develop anything else, but I still think she got max value out of this hand. Unless David wants to get creative here. No, he thought about it. Jason not going to call. So Trish definitely making the most out of that one, really, with that call. And
Exactly.
no other bet was going to get called at any point, so that was
No.
pretty much all she could do, was just kind of let it go to see if she could get somebody to bet into her, and Jason did. And I don't blame him.
Nope. Exactly.
He was trying to.
And she minimized the amount of strength of her hand by just making that call on Jason's bet.
Yeah, they're gonna see that one back in the room and see that, holy cow, she flopped the straight, and nobody knew, being in the small blind. Kind of the danger of limping in. If you're around the table, you let the blinds in with anything, and
Exactly.
get those small blind, big blind special hands. Jason here, middle position, going to call 400 again with the king 7 suited. Frank, queen 3 of clubs into the muck. Edward finding a hand to defend here with, wanting to play his late position with the queen 8 offsuit. Trish on the button, ace 10. She's kind of reaching here. Yeah, she is going to raise this one up to 1,000. Ron here waking up with a good one in the big blind, James. Ace, jack suited. You're going to see him come along.
Absolutely.
Jason and Edward, who have both already put in 400, come in at the discount, and we've got 4 players into a 4.2K pot. These pots are getting bigger with the blinds going up. 3, 6, 7, 2 diamonds. Great flop for Ron. Top pair here for Jason. Ron's going to bet his flush draw. Kind of setting his own price there, betting 1,000. Sometimes it's better to bet that amount than it is to have to call 2,000.
Right. Exactly.
You may see a raise here out of Jason, though, just to try to see where it's coming, exactly how strong Ron is. But, there's a fold there, and I think that's a big fold, and I think that's a product of playing with him before, James.
Exactly. he knows the strength that Ron's betting with, and
Yeah, a lot of people would call that there. Top pair, nothing really developed just yet, but apparently Ron's bets mean a little more than the value.
exactly.
Well,
Because he's set that pattern throughout the
throughout
season.
the year, yeah, they've played. He's played with Ron there, and so if Ron's betting, apparently he's pretty strong. Quint here still barely holding on to that early chip lead here just into level 2. Of course, nobody even under 40K yet. Starting stack of 50,000. So again, not much movement, just kind of passing some chips around, feeling things out. They have 20-minute levels, but I was looking at this structure. It's a pretty aggressive structure, James. I mean, moves are going to have to be made sooner rather than later.
Right, exactly. And the structure has changed over the 10 years. We've had everything from antes to bounties. So the whole thing has evolved over the 10 years
That's
to be
fun.
what it is now.
That's a fun part of being your own private league with friends. You do whatever you want.
Right. And when I was actually running it, I was always asking for advice how to improve it.
Oh yeah. Well, that's the best way to do it. Just as long as everybody's having a good time, and they've been doing something right, and you started something good. It's been going on, like you said, it's the 10th anniversary of this league.
Absolutely.
7-4 ace, 3 ways to this flop here. A middle pair for Adrian. Not much working. David having the bottom pair. It's going to check over. Adrian going to play third here, and he's going to put out a feeler bet to see where he's at, betting 500 into 1,200 with that second pair. Ron, not much to come along with, but he hasn't folded just yet.
He's thinking about it.
Oh, no, he didn't know it was
realize
his turn
on
yet.
his- Yeah.
Been there, done that. Been there, done that.
Oh, exactly. It's like, oh, it's my turn. Oh, sorry. So,
I almost did. I was trying to be nice. We should have elected if your heart would grow 10 times.
So, San Angelo, a few of these faces familiar to the River League here in San Angelo. Of course, you have Jason there in seat 9, him and his wife, Sam. They'll make the drive over for a few tournaments here and there. Frank and seat 2 been coming in. Vanessa, who's not at the championship table, but here at the club to play in that $10,000 guaranteed tournament. We'll be hearing from her some later, I'm sure. They enjoy making the drive over, and kind of hope to have a poker room in Abilene, Texas someday, James.
that would be awesome. I know we've been talking about it and, dealing with the logistics and
Yep.
not so much logistics, the
There's a lot of
Leaders.
politics, a lot
Yeah,
of
the
politics
politic
involved. A lot of
and-
politics involved, but it's grown to a point now to where the Texas poker is kind of undeniable.
Absolutely.
Top pair for Jason. Robert picking up the king high flush draw, and he's gonna be the one to bet this out. Jason's gonna keep him honest, coming along as well. 6 on the turn, still no help to Robert. He's gonna slow down and go check here to a river. Jason looking to dodge a spade. It does not, as Robert has picked up the king high flush. Jason's gonna bet this one out. May see a raise here out of Robert. Yeah, he
Robert
does raise
from
to 6, and
6.
Jason's gonna know exactly where he's at. 15K in the pot. It looks like it was just a 4K raise. I don't know if it's quite worth it completely, but
Right.
I think if Jason thinks this one through, he's going to be able to see the spades. Again, there's history amongst these players. They've been playing together for so many years, so Robert could be capable of bluffs occasionally. Not sure. Jason just might not want to believe that he has the spades. I said 6K more for this 15K pot. Looks back at that queen 10, and Robert checked the turn, so he kind of played the hand face up to be 4 spades.
Exactly.
And I think he knows that he's just trying to convince himself to lay it down, see if he can win the battle. Not quite. Counting out chip. Grabbing one of those 5K pink chips to make that call. Spades or not. Yep, he does make the call, and he's going to see the bad news
Yeah,
that,
exactly.
that he knew he was right.
He shows the queen.
Yeah, I think he knew that. He was one of those crying calls, as they say.
Exactly.
So you moved up to Virginia, and have you been playing any poker up there?
Off and on, there is a Rivers Casino, of all the names it could be, about 3 miles from my house.
Oh, there you go.
I played there a few times.
Yep, I've actually been to Rivers Casino. I believe it was Rivers near Pittsburgh.
Nope, this one's in Portsmouth, Virginia.
Portsmouth. Which one's the one in Pittsburgh? I went to the one in Pittsburgh 100 years ago. Can't remember the name of it, but played poker up there in Pennsylvania. And I said I didn't know exactly. Oh, but you said Virginia. Okay, so Portsmouth, I don't know why I had Pennsylvania on the mind. But yeah, but I know, I'm almost positive there's a Rivers Casino there close by. Here we see Robert waking up with the first big hand of the day and 3-betting this one, as Quint was the one that raised it up with the King 5 offsuit. Robert 3-bet to 2.8K. David waking up with Ace Queen makes the call. So we have our first pretty big hand here. Let's see if this one kind of opens up the floodgates on these chip stacks. So we've already got a 9-point, almost a 10K pot here, 3 ways. Quint way behind, needing to catch a lot of 5s to catch up to these hands. 8, 7, 10. Everyone missed. King still standing tall. Let's see how Quint was the first better, and Robert was the 3-better. And he's going to keep on the aggression on the flop here. David, a non-believer, wants to make a call. Small bet, and that's why. Only 2K into that 10K pot with 2 overcards. I don't hate the call. 8 on the turn. No help to David still. Let's see what kind of sizing Robert chooses here. Actually, Robert's going to slow down, James. That could get him more money on this street here unless he sees an ace, but he doesn't. So let's see what kind of, he makes a 6,000 bet here, and David's going to keep him honest, making the call with the ace high. There's just too much in the pot to lay it down for that much. So Robert betting just enough to keep David in there.
Exactly.
And those are the two that have clashed the most between those two stacks.
No. He's totally kidding. I told him to come in and push me.
Bob and the dealer cutting up a little bit.
Exactly.
So we see Robbie into the box, another fantastic dealer here at the River League. I don't know if you noticed or not, but we put in shufflers here recently at the River
saw
League.
that.
Yeah, and a lot of the dealers were like, what the heck? I've practiced and perfected this craft, and now you've taken it away? Said no, you still have to shuffle in tournaments. We don't use the shufflers in tournament play because not only the cash tables really have the shufflers.
Right.
So when the tournaments get big enough, you got to keep things equal. In other words, there's
Exactly.
no one's either everyone's using them or no one's using them, and so they still have to shuffle. But you definitely get more hands per hour in the cash games here at the River League now with these new deckmate shufflers.
Right.
Same types you see in the casinos. Really nice shufflers. Yeah, our technician Chris here in the booth, our I call him the first string A dealer. He said he had to equalize the field a little bit to his shuffling for everyone else by putting in shufflers.
I understand. Looks like we got
I think Robert made the call, middle position. Ron made the call of some middling to weak aces. Robert is suited with his ace 4. Jason's going to complete the small. Quint checking his option on the big 4 ways to a 8-6 jack flop 2 pair for Quint, James.
exactly.
It's going to check around, so slow playing that 2 pair. And how about a full house? Not much for anybody else, but actually Jason's going to stab out at this one, picking up the flush draw. And Quint just making the smooth call here. Ron going to come along as well with his ace high. A club would be a disaster here, and that's what happens. Jason hits the king high flush, makes a small bet, thinking he's just trying to get paid. He's going to see the raise here out of Quint to 4,000, and Jason's going to snap call this off and see the bad news that Quint filled up on the turn. Yeah, makes the call. Quint's going to show the full house, and yeah. Jason said, I just made the call because I knew you had the boat. And it's those big blind specials. That's twice now we've seen the blinds get in there cheap and
Exactly.
get big hands. Because we've had 2 orbits so far here in this ECP Championship. Robert V and Quint, your chip leaders, 64 and 67,000. All the way down. Jason and David both still at 30K. Plenty of time. Blinds are 2 and 400. Be going up to 3 and 6 next. These blinds are 20-minute levels, but they're pretty big ladder jumps. So these guys need to find something to make some moves.
Absolutely.
Edward's still not waking up with much. Hasn't had much to play with yet. Trish here. And see what she folded there is king 3 into the mug. Robert now waking up with the ace queen offsuit. He's had a really pretty good run of cards here so far in this championship. He's got the chip stack to show for it. 1.6K, a big raise. 4X. Haven't seen a raise that big yet pre-flop so far. And it looks like it's going to get through there, so he's going to pick up some blinds. So the ECP League there in how long? Well, first of all, when did you move? I know you moved a few years ago. How long have you been gone out of Abilene now?
I left in December of 2023, so a couple of years, and basically handed the reins over to Jason and Samantha.
Yep, I've gone and played once or twice over the last 5 years. But once I got into commercial poker, I just haven't had the time to actually go play poker myself anywhere else. And I don't get to play much poker anymore, really. But being around it kind of scratches that itch, I guess you could say. I mean,
Right, and I can understand that.
Imagine, yeah. Because I don't get to play, but I'm around it pretty much every day. Robert here again, continuing the good card run. Ace-10 offsuit, calling the big blind here. Jason, suited connectors. Need to make something happen. He's had a couple coolers. Needs to turn that trend around and start stacking the chips up. Quint on the button, going to make a call with the ace-6 offsuit. Frank and Edward limping and checking their options. 5 ways to a flop. 2,000 in the middle here. And dealer Robbie showing us a flop 5 ways to 9 ace, queen, 2 spades, flush draw for Jason. Top pair for Robert and Quint. Could see
Frank's
some
got that
action
2
here.
pair, though.
Oh, Frank, yeah, 2 pairs. So, and he's under the gun here. He's going to be the one leading out here. He makes a decent bet there, 1,600
1,600
into that 2K. You're not going to see Robert going over with his top pair of ace. Jason just making the call, kind of gun shy right now with the bad luck he's been running into. you would see him raise there some other times. But we're still going to have 3 players here. Frank 2 pair, Robert top pair 10 kicker, and Jason on the flush draw. You know, a 10 here, giving Robert 2 pair and open-ended for Jason could be interesting. See an 8, though. That's going to give Jason a pair, give himself some more outs. And they're going to slow down on the turn here. Interesting. And we're going to go to a river. Queen on the river. Frank fills up. Queen's full of 9s. Might get some chips out of Robert, but Jason, having missed his flush draw, probably not going to come along. Small bet of 1,600. You know, we've seen these players make these smaller bets to where you just get those crying calls from their competitors, and it looks like what this is going to happen with this one here. And he does make the call, and that's going to send Jason out. His pair, no good here. Just couldn't make the flush. And so Frank here going to show that small blind special, second full house of the tournament. And Frank there just kind of quietly and patient and found himself a pot.
I played with Frank. He's been one of the few people that have been there since the league started.
Mm-hmm.
Frank and Trish, and if Karen would have been there, the 3 of them would have been one of the 3 starting members. So, and it's changed, and people come and gone.
Like I said, I played a long time ago, and you know, I saw. You know, I got sent the list by Jason, and he had Ron A on there, and I thought it was Ron Atkins.
Yes,
remember,
Ron Atkins Sr.
And Ron Atkins, there's a flashback to him, passed away years ago, and his son I thought maybe might have been playing because he's also Ron.
Right,
and,
he's Ron Atkins Jr.
So I thought I was going to get to see old Atkins again, but another Ron I hadn't met, seemed like a nice guy. Proud to meet him, but flashback there to Ron Atkins and Ron Atkins Sr.
Exactly.
Rest in peace, good sir. Absolutely amazing, fun time at the poker table every time.
Exactly.
You know, he was an old man when he bet, you paid attention.
Oh, exactly.
He was never one to bluff.
Nope.
If he was betting, he had it.
Exactly.
And his son that way too. You know, and Ron
Sometimes
he
Ron Jr. can be.
He can get a little bluffy, get a little aggressive every now and again.
Yeah, exactly, but not all the time. He's fairly consistent with his game. So, yeah, out of the people that are playing, if Karen would have been here, there would have been 4 previous champions.
Really? I was going to ask you that earlier of who here has won before. So
Trish has won. Actually, Trish has won twice. She's the only person in the league that's won twice.
Won twice, and so she's going for her 3 out of 10. That's pretty good.
Yep. Adrian's the defending champion.
Okay.
He won last year. Jason has won. He won season 8.
Okay.
So and Karen had won season 3.
So a few bracelet winners here.
Exactly.
Ron here under the gun calling with the ace-10 offsuit. Jason making the call, queen-9. He's really trying to get in there and mix it up, trying to get some of those pots back his way. He is the short stack, creeping up on half the starting stack. Still plenty of time.
Yep.
4 ways to a 3-6 deuce flop. No help to any player. Let's see if Jason takes some aggression, acting last. Nope, just has to check it through. Board pairing deuce, still no help. See if anybody wants to make a bet here and try to take this one away. And here we see Robert, who's got the chips to do it. A bet's just a 1,000. Ron here getting out of the way. Jason, even though Jason doesn't believe him, he just doesn't have the chips to compete with him.
Exactly.
So he has to let that one go. Trish getting out of the way. So Robert putting that chip lead to use, takes down that pot there.
Looks like the blinds have gone up to 3 and 6 now.
Yep, blinds are 300, 600. See, Robert and Quint just kind of going back and forth there, the chip lead, a little over 60,000 apiece. Jason, the one at the bottom, pretty close with Mr. David, but they're still over half the starting stack. And the blinds are 3,600. It's kind of getting hotter, getting a little hotter in there. I need to loosen up and try to take take some of these pots away. Everybody's been playing, like I said, kind of conservatively.
Exactly.
The one time Jason tried to be a little aggressive, unfortunately, the guy just, the Quint just had it.
Right.
So there's not much you can do about it when that happens. But and here we go with the real hand finally for Jason. Ace King suited middle position, going to reach for chips here. Blinds are 3 and 6. Let's see what kind of sizing he chooses. Looks like he bet 1.8, 3x there. Nobody making up with really anything to combat with. Robert in the small blind, King 8 offsuit. Small discount, but into the mug. Ron has an ace. Ace Trey way behind the Ace King of Jason, but he does complete for the small discount. So 3.9K here in the middle. Ron needing to play a lot of catch up with his Ace Trey offsuit against Jason's Ace King of Hearts. Heads up to a flop. Queen 3-7, 2 clubs. Jason, who's a pre-flop raiser, let's see if he puts out a C bet here. 16, it's a good sizing, or 1.2K, good sizing here, just under half pot. And Ron with the bottom pair is going to make the call. Not a good sign here if you were Jason. Jack on the turn brings the front door of clubs. Let's see if Jason slows down. He does, so we're going to go to a river. Board pairing 7, 4 clubs on the board. This pot is for sale, but neither player are going to really take the gamble on it. And Ron's trays are going to hold out on that one. So Jason going to see that could have taken that one away, but it was kind of hard to with that board texture, James.
Right, exactly. And Ron probably felt that his 3, because of the fact he hit it.
Yeah, there's not a lot out there. Just try to see if Jason would slow down, which he did.
Exactly.
And then 4 clubs on the board if you're Jason. You got Ace King of Hearts, and you're going up against the big blind. You know, any random club, and you lose that one there. So he just kind of had to surrender that pot away. But playing aggressive like you need to, but things just haven't been going his way.
Right. But in cards, everything can change in a single hand.
Oh yeah, like I said, these guys are playing cautious, playing a little bit slow. They played the whole year to get here to this final table. Drive all the way to San Angelo to play here live on stream to quite a few people watching across all the social medias. Let us know where you're watching from. Who are you rooting for? You got Abilene and playing in the league and wanting to see who takes this down here. But a lot of people on YouTube, at Facebook, and at Twitch.
Looks like Robert woke up with another big hand, ace queen off.
Yep, on the button. He's had no shortage of good hands so far here. Raises it up to 3x. Ace queen. David in the big blind, going to get a small discount here. Looks like he made the call. And Edward, who had limped in just short of the button with the queen 8, makes the completion as well. So we're going to go 3 ways to a flop here. Robert pretty well ahead in lead. 10, 10, 5. And no bets here on the flop. So we're going to go to a turn. 4 doesn't change anything. You can see Robert here. He's bet his little 1K bet a couple times. Let's see if he continues that trend. It's kind of 1K feeler bet. No, he's going to try to see if he can get something on the river. 9 doesn't help. Ace queen is still good. Does anybody want to bet here? No. So we're just going to check this one down, and Robert's going to, ace queen's going to hold up for this 5, almost 6K pot. No one wanting to take a stab at that one, James.
Nope. I think Robert was looking at everybody going, is somebody slow playing that 10? It's like somebody have a 10 and they just wanted to trap me with it. It's like,
we're coming up. It is 1 o'clock here at the River League in San Angelo, Texas. We're 1 hour away from Flight C of our $10,000 guaranteed tournament. And we've had 2 flights out of 4. The last 2 flights are today at 2 p.m. and at 6 p.m. Safe to say the guarantee's just kind of formality at this point, James. The pot already having 9,300 in it.
yeah, it won't take much to get it
turnabouts.
to where above the 10.
As soon as we start today, well, it'll be above the 10.
Exactly.
So it'll all be gravy from here. Value going up on that tournament, only $120 to play, and the $10 bonus chips get yourself 20,000 in chips and make a run at that top 12%, then either one of these flights get into the money. These guys included, they're going to be playing on those flights. And big one here, James. What do you think?
Jason made the call. Quint wakes up with pocket jacks. Frank comes across with pocket kings and says, I'll call that 3,000 bet.
And the fact that he just called it there, that's going to be tougher for Quint to really put him on much.
Exactly.
3K is a big bet, though. It's the biggest bet we've seen here pre-flop. Blinds are 3 and 600. Pocket jacks for Quint against the very hidden pocket kings of Frank. Heads up, king 5 deuce. Now let's see how Frank chooses to play this. Quint checks it over to Frank. Frank's got to check this, right, James?
Yeah, I would think he would want to check it.
Frank, just check it. No, he's going to go ahead and not play slow. The pot's already out there. Yeah, I'm just going to take it down as is. So a big pot there showing the pocket kings. Now, I know if I raise that much pre-flop and Frank comes along, he's going to have ace, king, kings, queens,
yeah, he's going to have some premium hand.
So Quint knew that his jacks could have possibly been in trouble there. And a king onto the board. Frank could have at minimum ace, king there. So I don't think Quint was really going to call anything.
Right, exactly.
So we haven't had any elimination yet, as the blinds starting to somewhat push the issue. 300, 600. First person out gets $100 bill and that cool first out chip protector. It's got the fish on it.
So
Quint here under the gun, going from jacks to 5 deuce suited, but reaching for some chips. Looks like he raised it up too, and I like it. Vary the play there. 1.2K to play. Just a min raise, enough to clear out some cards here, and we see it. That's exactly what it's doing. Is no one have anything to battle with over to the blinds. And Jason queen jack off suit. It's a min click to him, so he's going to see a flop. So we're going to go heads up. 5 deuce of clubs versus queen jack off suit. To a flop of ace deuce 4. Bottom pair here for Quint. Jason checking it over, and Quint, it's about as good as you can ask for if you're going to play 5 deuce. At least hitting something. Yeah, he threatened the bet. An immediate folder by Jason.
He made that move, and Jason goes,
let's go to the next hand. Let's go to the next hand.
Yep. Exactly.
So Jason desperately needing something to turn around his way here. Take a look at those chip stacks. Not a whole lot of movement. Still quite a few up top there. You see, less than 12, 13K separating half the field up the top. Really only David and Jason have not had much go their way. But, with Jason, he, with his aggressive play style and definitely tournament chops. I mean, the guy travels all over the country and plays in tournaments everywhere. He knows exactly where he's at and what he needs to do. And he's been trying to do it. Just kind of ran into it a couple times where they actually had it. But I think his aggression and pick up a few pots, stay ahead of those blinds, still way more than still in it. I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
He's definitely still got plenty to work with. Got a lot of callers of the big blind here as we have 5 players. Trish here with the king, queen suited with the best of it. And I'll be making some change there as we go 5 ways to a 3,000 chip pot. Like I said, you see these pots getting bigger as these blinds are going up.
Exactly.
3 jack 4 top pair for Edward, bottom pair for Quint.
Same for Adrian with the jack 10.
Mm-hmm. We see Edward bet it out. Trish here with 2 overs. A lot of good turn cards. Could pick up a diamond, could pick up a straight draw. Makes the call. Adrian here has top pair. I don't think he's going to be folding, and he does reach for chips, making the call as well. Jason, not much going for him, has to get out of the way. Quint wants to see if he can improve on his bottom pair. So an interesting turn card here. 4 on the turn. Board pairing makes the jacks still look good. Trish looking around to see who else in the pot. Doesn't improve her hand, so she checks. And now it's over to Adrian. Last to act, still has top pair, 10 kicker. Makes a good size bet here. 8,000 in the pot. Bets about half pot, 4K bet.
I think you might see a call from Edward.
Yeah, it depends on just what he thinks of Adrian's game. And he
Makes
thinks
the
he still
call.
could be good. Trish didn't improve, so she has to let hers go. So we're going to be down to heads up here to this river. This great pot, 16K pot here. 8 on the river, no change, but the 10's still going to play as Adrian still has best. Yeah, it's going to go check as both players just go ahead and try to get to showdown. And Edward going to see the bad news that Adrian's a kicker just barely plays. And a good-sized pot there
Exactly.
shipped over to Adrian. You know, Edward, he's one of the guys here that I've played with for, gosh, if you told me 15 years, I would believe it. 15, who knows how long.
At least.
Played in a little Sweetwater League where I'm from, just down the road from Abilene. Like I said, a lot of the Sweetwater people and the Abilene people intermixed in the league plays.
Exactly. Yeah, I played in the Sweetwater League.
Yeah, I used
For
to
the longest time, I was the
think
only
that-
person who had won that league twice. And then Eli comes along and just he won it this past year, giving him his third win. It was like, wow.
I don't even remember what year I won it, but I did win it one year, the Sweetwater League anyway.
Exactly.
Still got my little jacket and hoodie, or a jacket and a beanie from it, I believe. Robert here still catching the cards now with pocket jacks, raising up to 2.2K. Adrian pocket eights wants to see a flop. Jason and Gwent getting out of the way. Frank folds. So pocket jacks versus pocket eights here.
Could see some fireworks coming on this.
We've seen a lot of little flops. Let's see if that continues. 2 overcards. King, queen, tray. Now, Adrian could take this one away here, but he chooses not to. Is this going to go check to a turn? 6 on the turn. Jack still ahead of Robert. He may put out a feeler bet here, and that's what he's doing. He is reaching, betting 1,600 into this 5K pot. Pocket eights. You know, why not? The price is right for Adrian as he comes along as well. And if Adrian knew that if Adrian put in a sizable bet on this river, he could get those pocket jacks to lay down. Board pairing
Exactly.
3. Macy, Robert. Macy, yeah, you're going to see him check, and Adrian's just going to show his pocket eights and not going to be any good. Well, if Adrian could have found a bet there, that could have been shipped his way, but the rich get richer here as Robert Sack here crosses over that 70,000 mark. You know, we were talking about that 10K guarantee that we've got going on here at the river. Next week, I'm having a 20K guarantee over in Midland at Kojak's. Did you ever go over to Midland when you were here in West Texas?
I went there to work. I never got a chance to go to the poker house.
Kojak's,
Yeah, I never got to go to Kojak's.
We just finished up our fall series. We've got mini main and a main event and a high roller, PLO, Big O. We had an $800 buy-in Big O tournament. Our main event was a 50K guarantee. Made that one. The high roller is a $1,200 buy-in. That one's always good for 40, 50K prize pools.
Right.
Do things pretty big over in Midland at Kojak's. Adrian here going to get back into the mix with the ace 6 of spades, calling the 600. Frank now waking up with the pocket queens, being patient. Let's see what kind of sizing he chooses here. He's going to definitely be 3-betting. Or no, he's going to be betting because Adrian just called. Looks like he does raise it up to 1.8. Edward in the big blind says, I get a discount. I'll call with this 4-deuce offsuit. And Adrian comes along as well. So pocket queens ahead of 3 ways with Frank. Need to dodge an ace there. Adrian with the ace 6 suited. Frank doesn't have the queen of spades. So that could be an interesting card if it makes its way out. Adrian with the nut flush draw. 10-7 tray, safe flop for everyone. Frank here going to c-bet. Small, 3,000 into 5,000, but we can see that it's going to be good enough as both Edward and Adrian have completely whiffed. And Frank slowly creeping his way up. I said patient play, catching some cards. I think he probably won every pot he's been in so far. Like I said, being patient.
Yeah, exactly.
Once again, if you are tuning in and missed the start of the stream here, the payouts $2,000 plus all of the hardware, that fantastic bracelet that we saw. There's the chip sets, the card protectors, lots of fun stuff for this end of league championship tournament. Everybody walking away with a little bit of something, but they're all playing for that $2,000 first place prize and the 10th anniversary of this ECP league. And, being the champ means something to these guys.
Exactly.
He said some previous winners at the table. Trish going for her third, as you said.
Exactly.
And you say Adrian was the
Adrian's the defending champ.
defending
He
champion.
won last
yeah.
year.
Yeah.
I flew in from Virginia and dealt the final table for him,
Fantastic.
which was awesome.
Quint here going to raise this up to 1.8K with the ace jack offsuit. Frank suited ace on the button. Probably going to see a flop with those newfound chips, and that's what he's doing, reaching. No, he doesn't either. He decides
He
against
thought about it.
Yeah, he was reaching, wanted to put those chips to work, but said not quite yet. Edward 8-6 suited. Good hand to go multiple ways with here as we're going to go 3 ways. Quint well ahead with his ace jack versus the king jack of Ron. And Edwards suited 1 gapper. Destiny back into the box with a flop of 9 king deuce. No diamonds. Top pair for Ron, and he's going to lead it out here. Betting 2,000. Quint's got a good hand, but just doesn't connect, and Edward having to let that one go as well. So Ron dragging that $8,000 pot. It was about 100 years ago, but you came over here to San Angelo, and didn't you deal a little bit here?
I did deal. I dealt for at least one tournament.
Yeah, I remember bringing you over here to deal. James here, fantastic dealer. Been dealing long as I have been, probably, or if not longer.
Yep.
Used to deal a lot of both of us, the final tables and championships and things like that. And they said I vaguely remember you coming and dealing over here. I know that sounds awful, but it feels like 100 years ago.
That was back when it was still the Roosevelt Club.
Yeah, I knew it was a long time ago.
So, yeah, and I enjoy dealing. Not as much as I enjoy playing, but I do enjoy dealing.
Yeah, I don't get to deal as much as I like to. I enjoy just kind of sitting down and dealing and kind of relaxing and turning everything else off and just concentrating on the table instead of all the tables you have running.
Yeah, exactly.
And I've got such a fantastic core of dealers here at the river. I don't have to get into the box very often. See here, ace, 6, 9, 2 diamonds. Robert having the 3 deuce of diamonds flush draw. Ron and Quint both top pair aces. 2 pair actually for Ron. Sorry, ace is 6, flopping 2 pair. And Trish is one going to lead this out with her ace. 2.3K. Robert calls with the flush draw. Ron just smooth calling with the 2 pairs. So got a big hand developing here. 10,000 in the pot. King on the turn. Trish, who bet this one out and got called in 2 spots with the deuce kicker, may see her slow down and check this here unless she wants to keep up the aggression. Now she does check it. Robert trying to get to a cheap river to catch a diamond, but Ron, he's going to keep it alive as he's bet 2.3K. Tough position here for Trish. You got an ace. You got a deuce kicker, though, and you got 2 guys behind you that are still involved. One betting into you after you raise on the flop. She does lay it down. Good lay down there by Trish. Robert here looking for diamonds. Probably knows they're good if it does hit. 2.3K into the 10K pot. He's getting the odds too. And he does make the call. So Robert looking for a diamond and only a diamond to take the pot away from Ron. Does not happen. Ron's 2 pairs going to hold, and we're going to go check just to turn over some cards. And you're going to see Ron there. That's going to give Ron the chip lead now. So he drags that 15K pot. The blinds have gone up again, James. It's getting spicy now. 500 and 1,000.
Exactly.
500 and 1,000. Take a look at the chip stacks here. Starting to get into big blind territory. 23 bigs for Jason, the short stack at the table. Still over 20 bigs though. Like I said, it's not quite danger zone time yet. Can still find and drag a couple pots here.
David with the king queen off. Looks like he's going to raise.
Yeah, he hasn't caught anything in the last 20, 30 minutes or not. And finally catches offsuit king, queen, raising up to 2.3K. Folds quickly around the table as people don't have much to defend with. Big blind over to Ron, who's got pocket trays and a lot of chips involved. He's already got one out there. It's only going to be 1.3 for him to call and try to hit himself a 3, so we may see him call. And that's what's going to happen. He puts those cards back down onto the reader, grabs the chips. And so Ron and David heads up. 9, king, 10, top pair for David. And you're going to see this one go bet fold here as Ron was looking for a 3 and only a 3. 5,000 chip bet and into the muck with Ron. So David's patience coming back, rewarding him a little bit, and building that chip stack back up, creating a little bit of a separation between him and the short stack at the table.
Exactly.
But like you said, it only takes one good pot. The blinds are definitely up there.
Yeah, I played in first tournament I played in Abilene. I got down to 1,000 chip, came back and got second. So anything is, chip chair and the prayers.
Oh, I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen in small league tournaments. I've seen it happen in big tournaments as well. Chipping a chair definitely does count. Four ways, 3 aces in the field on this 5 deuce 6, 2 diamonds. Trish with the ace high flush draw. David's gonna bet this one out, flopping 2 pair. Quint gonna come along with the gut shot there. Says why not? 1.2K. Edward's gonna agree as well. He's got the gut shot as well. Trish here never gonna fold with the nut flush draw. This pot's gonna balloon here, James.
Absolutely. Just see what the craziness is going to get to be.
Yeah, and you got 2 ace 4s and a queen 4 all coming along for this gut shot.
Exactly.
6 on the turn. Board pairs gives David the full house. Let's see how he decides to play this. You got 4 other players in the hand. Got to feel safe betting here. Got to get a caller out of somebody, but Trish may be the only one that has the goods to call. Oh, Edward still won't be a non-believer. He makes the call.
Well, it's because the bet was so low.
Oh, yeah.
Such a large pot.
Yeah, so still 3 ways. David, you see the check mark. Can't lose this hand. A 3 would be a disaster, but it's going to be a jack. Trish misses her flush draw. Edward misses his gut shot, and so now David's going to make a bet here, and it's going to go a quick fold. But he's going to pick up another big pot, and like I said, bring himself from the bottom of the chip lead board back up a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, does Trish make a play here, or is she just
She's contemplating what she wants
lamenting
to do.
to see if her 5 could be good sometimes here? Because they only bet 3K. Yeah, she's going to make the calls. She's got a pair of 5s, and it was such a small bet. There was just wasn't any equity in folding there, really.
Right, exactly. Because the fact that she had some part of the board.
Yeah, David just found the perfect sizing. And a quick back look at the chip stacks. You can see that it's pumped him up all the way up to 6th in chips, over 45K now. And he was down just under 30. So 2 good pots there in a row pulled him out of the towards the bottom of the leaderboard, back up towards the middle. Not much separation between our top 3, Robert, Ron, and Frank, all within a few thousand of each other. So the chips have been spread pretty evenly.
Exactly.
Waiting for Jason to shift gears here pretty soon, but he's coming up on the blinds. We'll see what happens after those get past him. His hand number 34 has folded around to Frank, 4-3 into the muck. Edward, queen 9 folds. Trish letting her hand go. Robert in the cutoff just makes the call. Ace 8 offsuit. Ron on the dealer button, great position, but terrible cards. 5-3 offsuit. David going to be able to defend his small blind for sure with the queen jack offsuit. And Adrian has the option here to check it and does so with the 5-4 offsuit. So only 4 players, but the pot's 4K. Like I said, James, these blinds are up, and these pots are starting to get valuable.
Exactly. Every pot's going to be important.
Open-ended for David on a 7, 9, 10 board. Edward with middle pair. This one's going to check around. Open-ended for Robert. Queen on the turn gives David top pair and Edward top pair. It's actually top 2 pair here for Edward now. So tough turn card for David. That Jack may need to come back and bail him out of this one. As he bet 1.1K. Edward calls and Robert calls as he's still open-ended. 9 on the river. It's going to give a full house for Edward. David may, yeah, you're going to see him bet out again. Just a 1K, just a little blocker bet here. Edward got the full house. Let's see what kind of sizing he chooses. He raises it up to 33.
300. It's like
3,300. And David's got a queen, but that's a very connected, juicy, paired board. I mean, you know, there's just, you don't beat much.
straight
Yeah.
house.
Edward's never bluffing here, so just had to let that one go. And so Edward's patience pays off once again as he stacks
Exactly.
that one up. So it's patience has been rewarded so far for these players.
You'll see it. Did you? You'll see it. I had a queen. I had queen 9.
I'm sure we can all go back and see it all works on them.
Yep. I had queen 9. And you Queen Jack. Queen Jack. Yeah. I was hoping for a straight. It didn't work. I'm glad he didn't because he would have got my chance.
Hand number 35. These players are going to be going on their first break here shortly. And it'll do them much good, kind of relax a little bit. It's been a little bit of back and forth, kind of feeling each other out on this championship table. Trish, middle position, going to make the call with the ace-4 offsuit. Robert coming along as well in the hijack. Ace-10 suited. David with another king-queen. He's going to be the one to raise this one up. Looks like 67K there. Big raise here. The new high pre-flop range.
Exactly.
And I like it, too. It's definitely pretty polarizing here. And Robert going to let the ace-10 suited go. It's a pretty big fold. A lot of people would still call there, but you know you're behind a lot of other aces. And David going to show some real betting strength there and take that one down and still get a few thousand out of it. You know what I mean? Because everybody's is playing so tight right now.
Exactly.
We appreciate each and every one of you tuned in across all of our social medias. We've got Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and lots of players, or you know the league players. I know we're watching. People that know some of these players. A lot of first timers here to the River League, and we appreciate them coming out and having the championship here. And if you're watching this from Abilene or Sweetwater, let us know who you're cheering on here. Everyone's still alive. No one eliminated just yet. Nobody wants that first out ball card protector.
Exactly.
Not when you're playing for 2,000 up top. Ace, 10, 7 club draw here for Quint. And he's going to bet this one out. He has second pair as well, as does Jason. Edward says, why not? Gut shots can happen. Calls the 2,000. So there's a good fold there by Jason, letting the 10 go. Not peeling anymore. 4 of diamonds on the turn doesn't improve anybody's hand. Quint's still going to keep up the aggression. The second pair. It's only 2,000. I mean, just, but if you're Edward here, you're basically just hoping that you hit a 9, and that's pretty much it. Would have liked to have seen a club maybe on the turn there to continue on as well with that jack of clubs.
Exactly.
Yeah, in case you missed it earlier, I'll show it up on screen here one more time. This is the bracelet that goes to the winner. Fantastic, cool tournament poker champion bracelet. And all the goodies, that pirate set is really cool. I like that pirate chip set. Those are metal chips.
Exactly.
Really cool pirate set. Let's see here, the
You've got that
dealer button
coin
there.
is the dealer button.
The Kraken.
And then you've got a spinner card
Yeah.
protector.
Yeah. Now, who gets the chip set?
The winner.
The winner gets the chip set
winner
and the
gets
bracelet.
chip set and the
Wow,
bracelet.
they just get all the cool stuff.
Exactly. I figured because of the fact that it was the 10th anniversary, I wanted to do something
Little
really
extra.
cool for the winner of the 10th anniversary.
Well, you got the cool factor down. Edward here under the gun. Ace King offsuit, going to raise this one up 2.8K. David, who got some newfound chips, lets the Ace 10 go. Good fold there by David. Jason not being able to defend his button. See if anybody, no one wakes up with anything here in the blinds. So Edward going to get a few of those chips back.
Yeah.
So they survived the whole first 37 hands, no eliminations. But the blinds are definitely getting up there. Like we said, 500 to 1,000. And when they come back from break, I believe it's 1,000, 2,000.
Yes, 1,000, 2,000. Blinds just will go crazy.
Yeah, it's
You got to pick your right time to make that move.
yeah, well, especially if we don't lose anybody in the next few minutes when they go to a break, coming back to, like I said, 1,000, 2,000, moves are definitely going to need to be made, as you're going to see everybody having about average field 15, 20 bigs. Going to need to start thinning it out just a little bit.
Exactly. Adrian makes the call with the 10-7 suited. Quint raises.
Frank here waking up the queen jack offsuit.
I'll let you take over my headset.
Quint here raised it up and took it down pre-flop. Showing aggression there with the 8-7 offsuit.
And sometimes because of the position you're in, that's a good thing to do.
Got Joe in the chat saying, let's go, Edward. One of the Ruiz boys there.
It's always interesting to play with the three Ruizes, Edward, Joel, and Joe. Each of them have their own poker
completely
style.
different play styles. Yeah, I remember that. I'm sure not much has changed.
No, Joe is still that aggressive, play anything kind of style that either does him really well or
he's going to have all the chips or be out.
Yeah, exactly.
He's always been that way. And Jason finally getting rewarded here as we see Adrian raising it up to 3K with the ace-queen offsuit and Jason waking up with pocket aces. Robert called under the gun with the ace-9, so all the aces accounted for in the deck. Jason here going to have to choose a sizing here that can either maybe take this down now because there's already 5K in the pot, or does he want to try to get a little bit? Yeah, that's a big bet as he put them all in first of the tournament, 21,000. It's a lot of chips to Adrian, James. He's only got 46K. It'd be about half his stack with the ace-queen. That's a tough one to do. You don't play all year and drive all the way to San Angelo to put it in with ace-queen, but we'll find out here as he looks down. That's a folding hand there, yeah, and he does make the fold. So Jason happy with the 5K out there. Still gave him almost a quarter increase in his stack.
Exactly.
So these blinds are not friendly anymore.
No.
501,000.
Exactly.
And he said it puts him up to 26K. So he's still got some time to maneuver. You know, everybody talks about the golden 10 big blinds in tournaments is when you want to start making your moves, you know. And that's true, but I also like to be able to make a pre-flop raise and still be able to fold if somebody plays back with you. You know what I mean? Like Jason's right there at the cusp of being at that level. You know, blinds are 500 and 1,000, so you can raise it up to 3,000 or 4,000. And if somebody comes back over the top, you can still fold and not completely decimate your stack. Jason here going to try to see a cheap flop from middle position with the ace tray suited, making the call. Quint coming along as well with king 10 offsuit. Edward on the button. Looks like he's going to raise this one up to 3.5K. Jason would have to put those newly acquired chips to work to try to catch him some hearts. He knows Edward is not doing this lightly here.
Exactly.
He knows he's up against a better ace or a pocket pair, which when you got a tray in your hand, ace tray, you're looking for pretty much hearts, and that's about it. Yeah, he does take the easier road there and just lay that one down. Quint going to get out of the way. And so Edwards, good raise there with the ace-10 offsuit on the button in position. Got him some more chips, and he's quietly drug himself out of the bottom of the list back up to almost 40K in chips. Yeah, Joe in the chat says, until the day he dies, he's going to play that way.
Exactly.
Like I said, win a lot or just lose quickly and go home. And that's a perfectly viable strategy.
Exactly.
Spin it up or go home.
And if it works for you,
Hey,
that's your.
I've seen it work for him a lot.
Oh, exactly.
Adrian here's got a mystery hand. Every once in a while, I kind of can't quite get him scanned in there, but he does make the call. And +1 position folds over to Trish on the button, going to play it. Actually, she's going to raise this one up with a king 4 offsuit playing her button there, and I like it. Kind of mixing it up here, James.
Exactly.
Ron here at the big blind.
Ron with the my big blind.
big
What
blind.
are you doing that?
Universal in all poker games.
Exactly.
No matter where you play, the offensive taking the big blind, and Adrian's going to let it go as well. So Trish there playing, been playing conservative, and then that the occasional raise there means a lot more when you've been folding a lot, and these guys are definitely paying attention to that. So scooping up some valuable blinds there.
Absolutely.
And it looks like this is going to be the last hand before the break. And like I said, they're going to be coming back to 1,000, 2,000. So you're going to start seeing some fireworks here pretty soon. We're going to hang with you through this 10-minute break and hear from Vanessa, player of the ECP, longtime poker player, Abilene, a lot of different leagues. And Edward here, waking up with pocket aces in the last hand before the break. And, that's always what happens to me. You get the big hand when nobody's interested anymore and they're just ready to go to break. Let's see if anybody cares enough to, no, not at all. Not at all. So they are going to be on break here in this ECP Championship. The 10K guaranteed tournament here at the River League. Getting underway here in about 20 minutes. Flight C. Flight B was last night. I need to update my graphic there and get that red line there because it is completely out. And we've got 93, basically almost the 10K in the pot already. It's all going to be gravy from here. And speaking of the 10K tournament, got Vanessa in the booth here. Say hi, Vanessa. Nope. How about now you can say hi to everybody.
Hi, how's everybody?
You going to be playing in the 2 p.m. flight?
I haven't decided yet.
Oh, come on.
I'm thinking about 2, 6. See how it goes.
Maybe see which one.
Yeah.
Kind of watch this and then decide at 6 o'clock if you want to jump in. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, a lot of you guys drove over from Abilene to root on some of the players here, and I'm happy to number one have y'all here.
We're so excited. This is just great. Yeah.
Now, have you been watching the streams?
Yes.
Yeah, we've been doing it
the
for
whole thing, play by play, rooting people on.
It's been a lot of fun. We finished it up. I guess it's been about a month now since we've been having the streams, and we do the cash games on Thursdays, some kind of tournament or maybe a cash game on Saturday, but try to stream a couple days a week.
Yes.
And it's a lot of fun, and the employees enjoy doing it. The players are enjoying it so far. And we're going to be streaming tomorrow, the day 2 of the 10K.
Okay.
We're going to play this one all the way down to a winner. We had a lot of people watching right now on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. A lot of Abilene players tuned in for you guys.
Yes.
I've been posting it up on y'all's Facebook and our Facebook as well. And it's really cool to have them tune in and watch. And because we get a lot of players from Abilene to come play in some of our events and cash games.
Well, yeah, Sundays, Saturdays.
Mm-hmm.
I know Jason and Sam try to come in. And
now we're going to be restarting our league on Sundays. Is that still going to be out of y'all's reach? Are y'all not going to come play my league on Sundays?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. We've got so much going on in Abilene. So.
Yeah. Well, I've got events going all the time here. Like I said, y'all, I know y'all definitely come and make the trip when you can. But I never have any time to come play with you guys anymore. I see the texts.
I hate that.
Yeah, I've just running around crazy. Anybody who knows me knows that I'm doing something somewhere with
Yeah.
poker some days, but
I think the last time we saw you playing was in Sweetwater.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
who knows how long ago that was.
That's been a while.
But have you been keeping an eye on the game out there?
I
Just kind of
am.
watching.
Watching it. It's very, very interesting
Well,
process watching it, knowing that your friends are all in there
oh yeah,
for something they really love to do.
and you know, it's been interesting because I know a lot of these players. I don't know them all, but I know a lot of them, and I don't know. It's kind of a mixture between being number one in the championship, but also being live on stream.
Yes.
Everyone's been so conservative.
Yes, I'm seeing a big difference in who I play with all the time versus how they're playing right now. And again, live stream I'm sure is affecting a lot of it.
A factor of it for sure.
But nobody wants to be the first one out either.
No,
So-
and we showed it earlier. We got just some fantastic stuff here. You see, I believe this is like what, first, second, and third place.
Yes.
And then we've got the
First
the
out.
first one out gets the fish card protector.
Frank brought his for this.
Oh,
record.
he's got one of the owns one of those.
I
Hey,
have one too.
there you go. A little card protector there. Of course, the pirate set, and then that
Very impressive.
fantastic Tournament of Champions box for the bracelet,
Yes.
and very cool labeled mug there. So just really cool items for these guys. And so, like I said, they're surprisingly conservative play,
Yes,
but
yes.
like I said, I don't blame them. Like I said, they've worked all year to get here.
All year.
yeah,
Yes.
and,
You don't want to just blow it in the first round.
No,
so.
and they're the $2,000 first place plus all
Yes.
those cool prizes, and they're live on stream. So
This is just great.
Would it affect your play if you were playing live?
I got to play live with you.
You did?
in
Midland, that's right.
And
yeah,
I was a little nervous, but that's why I wanted to come behind the scenes and see how it works in here. And so it kind of takes the edge off knowing
it's chaos, but
constructive chaos. So.
but it's a lot of fun. Yeah, but that's right. When we had our women's
Yes,
event, you came and
yes,
played in Midland,
Yes.
and we had the women's cash game. I think we threw together afterwards. I do remember.
Yes,
that.
we
Yeah.
did. We did.
Wasn't that long ago, but I've done a lot since then. I don't
You
remember
have.
anything.
You're a busy man.
But I do remember being on stream there. But it's been it's absolutely a lot of fun running the streams. We're gonna have a new one up in Midland here soon. It's gonna be fantastic. Talk about a gorgeous set that we're building. You're gonna have to come and check that out for sure.
We're so excited for you.
Yeah, and all the Abilene players can come and play on the live streams here. We have, like I said, the cash games every Thursday. You can just sign up to play in those, or in whatever tournament that we're running, we'll run on live stream as well.
Right.
We've got, like I said, tomorrow is the day 2 for anybody that bags today in the top 12% into the money. We've already got almost $10,000 in that
Yes.
pot. You know,
yes,
and
it's
we're
gonna make it.
Oh yeah, I mean, it'll be over the guarantee as soon as we start today at 2 p.m.
Yeah.
and everything just gravy after that. So the values are just going up on that for sure. So we'll be live for doing that tomorrow, showing you the winner of that 10K guarantee. And then next Saturday, they're having my birthday tournament.
Oh, exciting.
And so I don't know if we'll put it on stream or not.
Oh,
it's
you
kind of
should.
it's kind of a chaotic tournament. It's a free roll. And anytime you knock somebody out, you spin the wheel, and there's like good things and bad things. I don't know if you saw any of our trick or treat
No,
stuff we did in
no, I didn't see
October.
any of that. That's
Yeah, when you
great.
knock somebody out, you spin the wheel, and the wheel might land on, win 10 big blinds,
Oh,
and
my.
you get 10 big blinds, or it could be a bad one. You have to give somebody else big blinds.
Oh no.
Or you have to put in half of your stack to the middle and for a horse race. I mean, there's good stuff and bad stuff. It's a lot of fun. Today over in Midland, we're having our, it's kind of doing the same thing, but I'm calling it the Naughty and Nice tournament.
Okay.
So you knock somebody out, you get a naughty list. You may have to, like you said, give your chips to somebody else, or if you get a nice one, maybe get a free double up. But this year I got Santa's beard, so one of the penalties is you have to wear the beard for the rest of the tournament. So
Oh my goodness.
I thought about for the birthday, make him wear a bald cap.
There you go. Yes.
That would have been a lot of fun. But we are going to be taking a quick break ourselves. They're going to be coming back here shortly. So lots of people tuned in on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. We're going to have Vanessa here in the booth, some more other people from Abilene in this fantastic group. And we're going to go all the way down to a winner. And so don't go anywhere. Like I said, appreciate each and every one of you that are tuned in so far. We got about 15 minutes until Flight C starts for the 10K guarantee. But this Abilene ECP Championship is going to be rolling on right after this short break. And we are back here, getting right back into the action. These players have had their break, and the blinds are bigger.
Exactly.
1,000, 2,000.
2,000.
See Adrian here betting out his top pair. 12K in the pot. Edward wanted to flop better with the king jack off or queen jack offsuit. Not going to happen though, and he's going to have to let this one go.
And he shows the queen jack.
Jack with diamond, I mean spade, I would say.
Take a quick look and see who's got enough to handle these blinds going up. Ron, Robert, Frank, Quint, they're all right there, James.
Exactly up at the 60,000 chip mark.
Yep, and then Adrian, Trish, and David all around that 40, 45. And then Edward and Jason, but they're, like I said, they're They're not out of it. They've still
Right,
got
exactly.
still got some bets to be made. Blinds are 1K, 2K. One good double up out of Jason and Edward, and they're right up in the mix.
Exactly.
So dealer Robbie in the box. Frank here under the gun. Ace-9 suited. Wants to maybe see if he can see a flop. Just makes the call. Trish making the call with the King-Jack offsuit. Folds over to Ron and David. See if David wakes up with anything. Queen-8 suited. Late position. Wants to see if he can see a flop. Adrian on the button, picking up a good one. King, Queen suited of spades. He's going to raise this one up and raise it up healthy. 12,000 to go around.
Jason gets out of the way. So it's Quint.
Yeah, Frank reluctantly wanting he pulled there, Trish. So that's a healthy raise and got a lot for it. You know, about six or 8,000 there. Like I said, these blinds are up there now to where every pot's starting to really count.
Yeah. You win some of these bigger pots, you're right back in it.
And then somebody going to do something. I said, I better just go. Sure enough, I didn't want to call.
So that first half of poker there. Now it's a tournament, so you got to keep it in mind. But Jason, 46% VPIP. For those that don't know, the VPIP is voluntarily put in pot. What that means is they were just active in the hand. So Jason, Quint, Robert, and Edward all in there for almost half the hands of that first section there of the tournament. And Quint and Robert reaping the rewards of it. Jason, a lot of it didn't go his way, got coolered a couple times. But to have that big of a VPIP for the first half of the tournament and still being in the mix shows that he's doing what he can. For sure, some of the beats that we've seen him take.
Oh, exactly.
To still be seated there says a lot. Edward here under the gun. Ace-7 suited, raises it up to 4K. A little min click here. Adrian agrees to come along with the King-Queen suited. Frank in the big blind. Discount to him, but he's going to save that extra 2K, and I don't blame him. Queen-5 into the muck. So we're going to go heads up between Edward and Adrian. Edward ahead with the Ace-7 of spades. On a Queen-10-7 board, bottom pair for Edward, top pair for Adrian. Edward going to keep up the aggression from the pre-flop raise, betting out 2K. We're not going to see Adrian fold the one bet here, as he does make the min click back, actually, and I like this. Edward with a quick call. 9 on the turn. Starts to bring some straight cards home. Jack now could improve Adrian's hand, but we see that he doesn't need it. He's almost 90% to win this hand. Edward really can only hit an ace or another 7 here on the river, but he's going to get to see it for free, but it doesn't come. So $20,000 pot. See how quickly these pots get out of control with these blinds, James?
Absolutely. All it takes is a couple of bets and raises, and
Yeah, and you're in a 20K pot.
exactly.
Average tip stack here around 40K.
Adrian throws a 5K bet.
And Edward almost thinking to keep him honest there with that fourth pair, but decides to lay it down. Like I said, that pot there, that's going to put Adrian right up there amongst the chip leaders.
Absolutely. In fact, he took over.
Yeah, just barely. So Robert, Ron, Adrian, Frank, and Quint all around that 60 to 70K mark.
Exactly.
You're going to start seeing some separation like we discussed before. Once these blinds start moving, they really start moving here in the ECP Championship. They've had their fun, James. Now it's time to play poker.
Exactly. The feeling out process is over.
Yep.
Now it's time to take things to the next level.
Yep. We've got that fantastic bracelet we talked about during the break there with Vanessa. And, of course, that $2,000 doesn't hurt. Up top, first place prize.
Exactly.
Robert here, middle position, going to call with the ace tray of hearts. Jason, pretty hand, but likely throws that one away as his hearts were not in play. Quint going to defend the button with 9-6 offsuit. It's going to bring Frank and Edward in the blinds, along Frank with the mystery hand. Let's see what that turns out to be. 9 deuce 6. How about 2 pair for Quint? Top pair for Edward. This one could get a little bit pricey. And Frank with the mystery hands and one betting it out.
Bet six grand.
Yep, 6 into that $8,000 pot. Edward here, top pair, ace kicker, running diamonds. You know, but he's only got 27,000 in his stack. It's tough.
Exactly. It's like you got to pick those spots to where you're going to risk it all.
And yeah, he's going to
He lets
decide
this
to
one
pick a
go.
better spot. I don't blame him. It's a lot of chips to put in for that. Now Quentin here, we see the flop to 2 pair.
He lets it
Okay,
go.
interesting there. Yeah, just didn't want to get involved. Now there is a world in Quinn's defense that since Frank's cards didn't read, there could have been a misread on his card, so he might not have had the 9-6. That,
Right. No, I understand.
it is a possibility there. Now, I mean, otherwise, I mean, you know, he just maybe respects Frank that much.
Anything's possible.
You never know.
They played with enough this year that it's like, oh, Frank's betting. Oh, no,
Doesn't
let me
matter.
get out of
Doesn't
here.
matter what I have. I'm out.
It's like, let me run away.
So good pot there for Frank. Hand number 47.
Well, and Frank could have actually had a huge over.
You never know.
But
He
you never
could have had a
know
set.
because the reader.
He
yeah,
could have had a
has
set. He
that.
could have been. You know, you never know.
Exactly.
We'll have to find out from him. Fold around to Quint of pocket aces. Unfortunately for him, nobody had anything else prior, so he's going to be up against the button and the blind, see if they defend with anything. Frank into the muck. Edward not having anything. Jack deuce suited. Trish, Quint's last hope to compete with the aces, not going to happen. So pocket aces, pick up the blinds, and he's got to show it. You got to show it.
Exactly. I was playing cash yesterday, and they have a cracked aces bonus,
Oh yeah.
and I cracked one of the guys' pocket aces, and big hand,
Yeah.
big pot too.
Our chip leader, Darla, for the 10K, she cracked aces twice on stream.
Oh wow!
I spoke to her a little bit yesterday, and she's from Abilene, and she's
Right.
played in the groups in there. But I don't remember ever meeting her. But I spoke to her yesterday. I really like Darla,
Yeah.
and I hope she comes around more. I hope she plays with everybody more. I think she played fantastic poker. I want her to come around and keep playing like she was, because she played some pretty fearless poker. And like I said, cracked aces twice, and that's why she's got a massive chip lead right now going into day 2. Yeah, she had a Jack 9 and cracked my dad's aces, actually. on
Oh,
stream,
wow.
Flopping 3 9s. And then she had something else 9 and flopped 3 9s again to crack somebody else's aces. So 9s were good to her.
Exactly.
Like I said, you'll see her here tomorrow. We're going to have a feature table and an outer table for day 2. We've already got 10 qualifiers. We're going to pick up another 10 or so from today. So we'll have an outer table and a featured table, and we're going to play it all the way to a winner, that $10,000 guaranteed prize pool. That's going to be beyond that. Like I said, I'm thinking 18,000. 18,000 is my over-under for the prize pool in this thing after today.
Right. Sounds like a great tournament to play in.
And it could surprise me, because, you know, whenever the prize pool, when the $10,000 prize pool is already at the $10,000 prize pool and you're halfway through the flights, you get more entries.
Of course. People are like,
that
exactly.
that value goes up for sure. It's $120 buy-in. You saw during the break that they were just getting that underway. And there's about 2.5 hours of registration, so you still got plenty of time to come get into that flight B, or flight C, I'm sorry, and then the flight D at 6 p.m. Here's the spot for Jason. Middle position, pocket sevens, 26,000 in the stack. Blinds are 1,000, 2,000. He's got to raise it up here. The sizing is going to be critical. No action before him, so there's no real money in the pot. And I like it. 8,000. That's enough to, go ahead and
Weed
take
out
it
a
if
lot
it
of the-
is.
Yeah, we'd had a lot of the people who might just come along because of.
Yeah, but no one waking up with anything, though, so he's going to take the blinds there. But it's a valuable round of blinds there. He'll be able to survive an orbit at no deficit.
Exactly.
which that's typically the whole point of tournament poker, surviving orbits. Once again, if you have joined us late here to the stream, lots of people watching on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook, and we appreciate each and every one of you. This is the ECP Championship. This is a private league out of Abilene, Texas. Friends of the River League, lots of players in the league that come over here and play. And I've been with this group for years myself, back when I used to have time to enjoy poker. And I've dealt some of these final table championships. You've dealt some of these final table championships. You've won one of these yearlies, you said? You had
I
one?
haven't won.
Oh, no, this one you didn't win.
ECP's
It was
only
the other
one I
one.
haven't won.
Here we see Jason again get into decent hand to get into the mix with, as Adrian under the gun raises it up with the king, queen of diamonds. And Jason's going to make that call for almost a sixth of a stack with pocket nines. And nothing going else for the rest of the field. So we're going to be heads up. Adrian at king, queen against Jason's pocket nines. Jason only 24K left in the stack on this $13,000 pot. And that is not the flop you want to see if you have nines. King,
Exactly.
queen, 10. And Adrian's going to make his announcement right off the rip with an $8,000 bet. And if you're Jason, there's not much you can do here. You either rip it all in and hoping he'll fold for, 16K more, or you just let it go and try to find a place to get it in pre-flop next.
Exactly.
I don't hate either play. Either you ship it in and just hope. Of course, we see that it won't work here, but your opponent here could have a pocket pair a lot of the times, maybe just a queen or a 10. It's a obviously very, very, very wet connected board. So even though Adrian was the one that raised it up pre-flop, it doesn't necessarily have to hit him perfectly. He could have jacks,
Exactly. And just trying to get Jason out of the hand.
Yeah, but Jason's got just enough to maybe get him to fold, but I just don't know. Like I said, he's only got 24K left. Yeah, he does show it face up fold. And Adrian, the good guy, shows him that he made the right decision. Could have left him in the dark in the blender on that one. He would have been looking at the TV 15 minutes later.
Exactly. Going, did I make the right call?
He definitely would have been looking that one up, I'm sure. So we still have all 9 left. The top 9 that made the ECP Championship final table. Actually, Karen made, I believe she was 8th place and couldn't make it to this final table. So Quint was 10th spot on the bubble and got called up.
Yeah, I mentioned to Quint yesterday because I was playing the Donkey Club yesterday. And I said, just show up because somebody could show up, just not show up. So
we'll see. Missed Karen next time. Played with her a long time and disappointed she couldn't make it. Would have loved to have seen her.
Yeah, me too.
But life happens. We understand. And Jason here under the gun, going to call just 2,000 with pocket fours, trying to see a cheap flop and sneak in a good one here. Trish coming along with the 7-6 suited. Robert as well, ace-4 offsuit. David making the call in the small blind, and Adrian in the big blind wakes up with ace-king of clubs and makes a massive pot committing raise to most of these players, 18,000. And I love it. Just all on her fold, guys. Or let me have this 8,000 that y'all have committed to the pot.
Exactly.
So good move there by Adrian. And
he
shows it. Yeah.
Yep.
Would have been a coin flip for Jason, but he decided against it with all that action behind him. I think if there hadn't been other players, he might have gone with it at that point. But when you've got 3 other people behind you that have limped in and all you've got is pocket fours, you've got to just let it go.
Exactly. Because you never know what the people behind that's going to do.
Yeah. Dealer Robbie in the box. Hand number 52. And the blinds are showing it, and they're going to be going up again here pretty soon. These are 20-minute levels.
Yep.
And when I say go up, these blinds accelerate for sure.
Absolutely. Didn't always do that.
Well,
The blinds have gone crazy, been interesting. But you got to keep the action rolling. So
Oh, yeah. Trish here going to make a call with the Jack 10 suited. Ron coming along as well with his Jack 10 offsuit. And how about Jason with the Jack 10 offsuit as well? 3 players with Jack 10 going up against the 4th, Adrian, ace 6.
what a crazy.
And look at that flop. Couldn't ask for more action flop here. 3, 9, 8. 3 players with the same hand open-ended.
Exactly.
To the aggressor will go the spoils, James.
I totally agree. It looks like
Yeah, Ron's going to be the one to do it.
Ron's going to pull the trigger.
Yeah, not a huge bet. He bets 4,000, but that's enough for some of these stacks. Now, does Jason? Jason just makes the call, and Trish here makes the call as well. Like I said, all 3 of these players having the same hand, so a true telltale of the poker skills at play.
Exactly.
4 of spades, no help on the turn. Let's see if this checks through or not. It could. You could see it check through. None of these players have any kind of spade or heart flush draw. They all have the exact same equity.
Exactly.
20,000 in the pot. Jason with the long pause check there, trying to maybe induce a check from another player, the other players. And that's yep, that's what's going to happen. Yep, checks through. 4 on the river. No one gets there. Who wants it, James?
That's the question. Who's going to be that aggressive person that pulls the trigger?
Trish here cutting out chips, and I love it. $6,000 bet, and that's going to do it. Well, guys, if you're playing and watching this back, you all had the same hand.
Yeah, exactly. Watch it later and you go, oh, man.
So good bet there by Trish.
Exactly.
Took that one down. I was ready to turn up the table and hear everybody comment on their all having the same hand.
Yeah, exactly.
So one quick look at the chip stacks here. You see Jason 16K, only 8 bigs left. Edward at 13 bigs, David at 20. So David's still kind of comfortable, but there's just barely any separation all the way up to the top until you get to Adrian. He's got a good 20K now on second place almost. But we're talking about a 1 or 2 hand swing here on the leaderboard at any given moment. As this hand folds around to the button, no go, battle of the blinds. Jason with a small blind, 8-6 offsuit. And he looks like he just makes the call, wants to play a hand with Quint, who has king 9 of diamonds. 8, ace, 10. Jason flopping best, but on a scary board, but he's doing the right thing there and chipping it all in as he hit a pair.
It all in.
Yep, and Quint looking pained. I think he knows that Jason may not have much of anything, but he doesn't have anything either. So he can't defend it. So Jason there picking up that full big blind there. Good for his chip stack.
Absolutely.
You know, it's part of what we spoke about earlier, having the 10 blinds, you know, getting to that 10 big blind territory. You need to start making a move. And part of that, you know, for those that maybe that don't know tournament poker, you know, completely well, the reason you want to make the move sooner rather than later is if you let yourself get down to 3 or 4 or 5,000 when the blinds are this high and you go all in, you're going to get called by 3 or 4 or 5 people, James.
Absolutely. Exactly.
You want to have enough caliber of a bullet to throw out there to give them a pause. And Jason still has that. I mean, he's got 20,000 in chips. 20,000 is a huge chunk of every single one of these players. So you want to keep that big enough caliber in your stack to where you can get some fold equity out of your hand rather than, you know, waiting until you get pocket aces and get called by 6 other people because you just don't have enough chips to get anybody to fold.
Right, exactly. Looks like the blinds have gone up to 2,000, 4,000.
Yeah, 2,000, 4,000. And now Now it's time. Let's revisit that chip stack again. Now they're all in the big blind category here. Jason with 5, Edward and David both less than 10. Trish, Robert, Ron, Quint, all real close right there. Even Frank just a little bit above them with 17 big blinds. And Adrian, while he's got almost 20,000 ahead, it's only 4 bigs.
Yep.
So I'm afraid that the dominoes might start falling here any minute. So definitely stay tuned. The chips are going to start moving as these blinds are starting to dictate the action as per tournament fashion. Ron here, middle position. One of the bigger stacks, ace jack offsuit, just makes the call. You're going to see a lot more folding pre-flop here out of a lot of players. Quint here wanting to play his button, calls with the 9-5 suited. Frank has the discount in the small blind, 4-3 offsuit, and Edward checks his option in the big blind. So we're going 4 ways to an already $16,000 pot. 9, 10, queen, 2 spades. Pair for Quint.
Open-ended for Ron.
Yeah. And Ron's going to be the one to bet this side. He's got the chips to do it with. Betting 7,000. And Edward, just a gut shot. Think about it, but Hollywood for a moment. Get his camera time. It's okay. Actually, I'm completely wrong. He wants to see if he can spike that jack, take this one away.
And he does.
And what a good investment.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, it's just,
The question comes,
15K left. Come on, Edward. There you go. Okay, so unfortunately, his only bet is all in.
exactly. Yeah.
And Ron here, it's a pretty face-up hand, but he's going to make the call just because it's not much more to him. And there is a world where he takes this away with the king. He'll have the Broadway side of it to the ace. So Edward and Ron. Edward, the first person at risk here at this ECP Championship, is in the lead and maintains it as his king high straight holds against Ron and a $60,000 pot, James.
That's just crazy. We were saying, all it takes is one good hand and you're back in it.
Well, with the blinds with where they are right now, that's exactly what it's going to be. I mean, these are, with a limp and a call, you're at a $12,000 pot.
Absolutely.
So you better get it in quick, guys, in chat. If you're watching across YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch, quite a few viewers. You better get it in quick who your favorite is because the dust is going to start flying here pretty soon. We're going to have to see how many stacks are left once it settles down.
I totally agree. You got to figure out what the best course of action. It's like, is now the time to let it go?
Here's a good time for Adrian, your chip leader, ace king suited. It's always good when you're the chip leader and catching cards like that. And Jason looking at a real pretty one here, queen jack, but just doesn't play well against a raise, and he does smartly lay that one down. Quentin here with a suited one gapper. Hand you want to play, but I don't know if you want to do it for a quarter of your chips, and he lets it go. Frank on the button has an ace, but not a suited good kicker to go with it. Throws it into the muck. Edward 6-3 suited.
What you gonna do with those newly acquired chips?
Yep. I've played with Edward for many, many years, and it doesn't really matter what he has. The guy doesn't like folding. He folds a lot. But he doesn't. It's like pulling teeth every single time.
Because he looks at it and goes, "I could hit something."
Yeah. No, I mean it's 6-3 suited. Edward, let it go. But I played poker with him a long time. Like I said, we were talking about earlier with the two boys that play, and everybody. It's like almost all three of them play on completely as far as they can on the spectrum of poker styles.
Exactly.
And. I said I've played with him in Sweetwater and Abilene for many, many years. It's good to see him here in San Angelo live on stream.
Exactly. We were talking at the break how Edwards, sometimes he's right there, and then sometimes cards just don't go his way. But
Oh, yeah.
that's poker. I mean, it's just been kind of one of those craziness.
But he's always been one of those that you could place a fairly safe bet on to be down towards the end. He's good poker player.
Exactly.
Quint here in the hijack going to raise up 12,000. Frank waking up with a playable hand, 62 in his stack. Not the easiest of calls, but not a it's 50-50. King Jack suited, but when you have a player right before you're raising it up, you could be up against Ace Jack, Ace King a lot of the time. And the blinds are getting so big. This 12,000, it's only 3 big blinds, but it's still for a fifth of a stack.
Exactly.
He does decide to make a call. I don't hate it. He's got position on him, can see what happens.
Exactly. Button, big blind, small blind, fold.
Yeah, nothing going for many other players. So heads up into a $30,000 pot. Quint ahead with the pocket threes against the King Jack of Frank. Ace 10-10, scary flop. Neither player wants to bet it. And Frank's going to turn the best of it. So pocket threes are mentally checked out of this hand. But Frank's still not going to bet it. 7 on the river. And this one's going to go check here as Frank is just going to get his showdown value out of the king. And Quint going to see the bad news that he could have stole it on the flop, but it's hard to do against Frank. You got to put him on an ace there a lot of the times.
Absolutely. I played with, like I said, with Frank at ECP since season 1, and he's a very consistent player. And a lot of times you can know when he's got that ace.
Oh, yeah. We said it earlier. When he's betting, it brings more attention than most.
Exactly.
We got Taylor in the chat saying, I like all these guys and Trish, but Adrian is my buddy. Let's go, Adrian. Adrian doing well. He's had a pretty healthy chip stack this whole time and still currently holds the chip lead. But like I said, with these blinds where they're at, it is by far and away anybody's game.
Exactly.
Quite shocked we still have 9 players left, to be honest with you.
Me too.
But they're playing for $2,000 and, more importantly, a fantastic title. The Season 10 2025 ECP Champion.
Adrian leads out with his ace-jack offsuit. Or makes the call because blinds are
just
2 and 4.
Just makes the call. Folds over Trish on the button, letting her hand go. And Robert going to be able to get into the discount here. Calls from small blind, and Ron's going to check his options. So we're going to go 3 ways to a flop. Ron way behind the ace-jack of Adrian with the jack-deuce. Queen 8-4. No help to any player. The ace-jack of Adrian is still ahead. He's got the chips, and he's got a C-bet coming here, and it's going to be the better play more often than not and going to work, as we can see.
Yep. C-bet took it down.
Yeah, he's got just enough chips to apply some pretty serious pressure to these shorter stacks. We haven't talked much about the total payouts. We talked about the 2,000 first, but the 9th place, they're going to get a little bit of gas money, and that's about it. But the cool thing is they get that fish card protector that says first out.
Exactly.
Vanessa said that she had one, and she said Frank's got his out on the table right now that he got a couple years ago. But $100 for the first person out, and it goes up by 100 all the way up to 5th place. A little small jump there to 600. 4th place, 800. And then top 3 gets the 4 figures mark, 1,000 for 3rd, 1,500 for 2nd, and $2,000 for 1st place, and the title of the ECP Season 10 champion. Quint here in middle position, going to call with the ace-5 suited, and Ron in small blind is going to get in on a cheap rate with king-deuce of clubs suited. So clubs at a big danger here for Ron. Luckily, only 1 on the flop. Queen, deuce, tray. Ron flopping the best of it. Bottom pair. Quint going to play against the blinds here. He's going to bet 6K. I don't think you'll see David come along. Ron, he thought about getting sticky with his bottom pair, but just doesn't have the chips to make those kind of decisions right now, James. He's got to commit it.
Yeah, he's gone from being up at the top down to being close to the bottom.
Yeah,
and it's like
one pot.
One pot can either make or break you.
You said we have 9 players right now, but we could get down to 4 in a matter of minutes. So,
Exactly.
So stay tuned as these blinds are starting to take command.
Absolutely.
I'm going to have a quick look and see how many players we have in this flight C, James. We've hit the guarantee. It's
That's awesome.
well over 10,000 in the pot. Let's have a look. We've got about 2 hours left of registration to be able to get in.
Right.
And we got 3 tables out there.
Wow.
Jason's found his hand under the gun. I like it. Jack King suited. And Frank wakes up with pocket queens, James.
What a crazy.
Yeah.
So the question is,
Well, he's thinking here. He's still got action behind him, so he can't just snap, go crazy, because he'll lose any action behind him. So I think he's going to kind of contemplatively call here to see if he can get anybody else to come along as well.
Edward?
And he could have here as Trish ace jack, and look, good fold by Trish. You're gonna
Exactly.
be behind there a lot of the
Disciplined
times.
fold, yeah.
So it folds on around, and let's hear it.
Frank, what time I shot off? You got 20. I had 20 last time. So you gonna do it again? I could tell you were thinking real hard. What should I do? Yeah, you were thinking.
Jason here looking for a king to take the lead and stay in this ECP championship. Frank in the lead with pocket queens.
Boom, howler.
3, 10, 4, no help to the king jack. Looking for a jack or a king and only a king. 3 on the turn, no good. Frank needs to dodge a king. Does not happen, and we have our first elimination. Jason, you heard him say there, not catching cards, and that is the story of his tournament, James.
Exactly.
He had a good VPIP. Guy was, got in the mix, got aggressive, a couple bad beats. He just couldn't get the wheels turning.
No, he would have the quality card. Someone just would have the better hand.
Yeah, he never quite got it going, and very accomplished poker player, plays in tournaments, including the main event, the WSOP. He's played that the last couple of years. Played in a lot of tournaments here at the River and over in Kojak's in our sister club. Like I said, experienced poker tournament player, but when these kind of, I don't want to say quite turbo-y, but these quicker style format tournaments, you got to catch cards. So 3 ways to this flop, and then there were 8. 5, 10, 4. Bottom pair here for Adrian, and he's reaching for chips. See if he can pick it up right now, and I like it. He's got the chips to do it with.
Exactly. He's making that push.
Middle pair here for Quint, but can't call. That's the problem with these levels here is, 2 hours ago he could have made that call just to see what develops, but right now it's too many chips committed.
Edward reluctantly folds.
He always reluctantly folds.
Exactly.
So here you see your chip count. Jason at W, once again, at 9th place finisher. And, he came in as the points leader, had the most success throughout the year, but sometimes the cards just don't work out. And he would have been the favorite for a lot of players to be down towards the end on this one for sure.
Absolutely.
There you go. So you see Ron there, a little over 5 big blinds. He's going to be needing to find a place to put it in and gamble.
Yep.
Edward
Exactly.
here, I like this. Under the gun, going to raise this one up, put some of those chips to work. Unfortunately for him, Ron has the same hand. And if Ron ships it here, that'll be a tough call for Edward.
Exactly.
And Ron does throw it into the mug. David, though, immediately grabbing his chips, putting it in with the ace, queen suited. That's even worse news for Edward.
Yeah, but definitely puts the pressure back on him.
Yeah.
Frank with the offsuited ace.
And, you know, David got into the mix early, but never really, you know, got much started. And so he's been on the shorter end of the stack here. But he's been so patient for the last hour or so. You've got to respect this all in. He didn't sit around and slow down and play cautious to be bluffing in this spot. So Edward's got to put him on at least ace king, ace queen, ace jack, knowing that you're behind here. You're just hoping that David would do this with jacks, tens, nines, and just have a coin flip situation if you're Edward.
Exactly. And Edward's got to make that decision. It's going to take a massive hit to his stack.
Well, he's put out 11. So we saw him raise it, or he raised it to 12. He started the hand with a little over 50, about 55, 54. So he's still got plenty of chips to fold this here and still be right in the middle of the pack if, comparatively.
He does make
Yeah, he does make it. That's he's going to see the bad news there, but he's still got a live king. King, queen offsuit against David's ace, queen offsuit. Destiny 2A flop. David at risk. 7-8-3 safe flop for David. Looking to dodge a king and only a king at this point. 4 on the turn, no help. David needs to dodge a king to stay in and does so. So Edward taking a huge hit to his stack there, gambling against David. And David takes down a big pot, 74K, puts him healthy. And we've seen the chips fly around, just like I think they're going to. At least for a little while till we get down to 5 or 6. Ron and now Edward short stacked. Even Robert, who coasted through a lot of the first portion of the tournament, hasn't caught much to help him keep it along and see him towards the bottom of the board. And Frank and Adrian both over the 6-figure mark finally with a little bit of a separation.
Absolutely.
Trish here first to act. 9-5 into the muck. Rob not having anything here. Ace-10 suited for Ron. Looks like he made the call. Blinds are 3,000, 6,000. And David at ace-8 suited, wanting to put these newfound chips to work, makes the call as well. And Adrian reaching for chips. Ace-10 suited. So there's 3 out of the 4 aces, James.
It's kind of crazy.
Frank not waking up with anything in the small blind. Would have got into the discount, but decides to go aside. And here's Edward. Found a good enough hand to put the last of his chips in, 20,000. I don't hate it at all. All those pre-flop callers, you're pretty much doubling up, even if they all folded.
Exactly.
But it's just enough. 14,000 is a lot to the rest of these guys. You'll see as the most of the rest of Ron's chips. He's only got ace-10. But he does go ahead and commit it. And actually just makes the call. I like it. He kept that one chip behind.
Because that one chip
could make the difference.
Make a difference in the payouts, too.
You're going to see David let it go. Now, can Adrian make the call as well? He's got the chips to do it with. And, you know, Adrian and Ron are ahead with the ace-10, but we saw the aces all going to the muck, and there's not many 10s left. So Edward, while behind, still has about almost 50% equity in this hand because all the matching cards in the other players' hands. And there it is right there. Edward gets the top pair at jack, and Ron's going to put in that last 1,000. So they're going to turn over these cards and see that Ron and Adrian are fighting to get that 1K chip back right now, or spike an ace. Ron and Adrian behind at top pair of Edward. Deuce of hearts, no help to anybody. Gives Edward a flush draw, takes away a lot of the outs for Ron and Adrian. Queen on the river, no good. And Edward, who got down after gambling with David, comes right back. And now Ron got his 1K chip back as him and Adrian chopped that side pot. And so good timing there for Edward going in with that king jack when 3 different people had ace X.
Exactly. Sometimes you just gotta
gotta get lucky. You gotta win the
lucky
coin
at the right
flips.
time. It's where it's just totally amazing.
So we just announced that the blinds were 3 and 6,000.
Going up quick.
So before we had all that flurry of action, I was talking about the 10K guarantee. We are well over that now. And 3 tables in Flight C right now. You've still got a little less than 2 hours to get in. And root on to these guys to a winner.
Exactly.
They're laying down pocket fours. I don't mind it. You're getting into all in or fold territory for a lot of these players. David raised up to 15,000 with the ace-8 suited. And, you got Trish putting out chips out of turn there. That's going to give us some good info to Edward.
Exactly.
Edward, you're not calling. You're never calling. She's my buddy. I can talk trash.
Exactly. We know you're not going to
We
call.
know you're not going to call. It's just painful.
You him-hawed around too much.
Trish makes the call.
Ooh,
Yeah,
with the ace-queen off.
Yeah, so
Nice.
David behind here, needing some hearts or a lone 8. And how about that?
Whoa.
King 7, 2 hearts.
Wow.
Complete miss here for Trish, and she's the one reaching, and that's a big, big bet there. 15,000, not so much in size, but in power. But David's not going to be able to fold, so here we're going to have
Yep, not with that
a
flush draw.
massive pot. Another king, 3 kings on the board. Trish, you got to like that, honestly. It's way less chances for your opponent to have a king, but he did raise pre-flop, so any pocket pair beats you. So she's going to check this over, and he's going to check it as well. To a river, it's a 6 of hearts. David's flush makes it, but 3 on the board, it's tough.
Exactly.
And he's going to bet it out, and I like it. He's a small bet, 6,000. And Trish makes the call just to see if her ace-queen is good, and it's going to be good a lot of the time, but she's going to see the bad news here as David made the flush, and it's going to hold. Interesting pot there and big one, $175,000 pot. And Trish there is going to be right a lot of the time, but unfortunately on that one was not. And that's going to put her down towards the bottom where she's going to have to find 2 cards she likes and put it in the middle. And Ron's still holding on to his chip. We invoked the chip in a chair earlier.
Exactly.
It could happen.
But he's got to fight through. I mean, the next hand he's going to be in the big blind. So
Yeah, if it's either this one or the next one.
exactly.
He's going to be the first to act here with his last single chip remaining. If he puts it in here for maximum value or waits to be just forced all in. He's
Yep.
going to wait.
Gonna wait.
As this hand folds on around.
Quint with the king jack.
King jack offsuit. Just going to limp in, try to see his way to a cheap flop. Trish, ace-8 suited, probably going to put in the rest of her chips here, and that's exactly what she does. Her 11K is in the middle. Robert, king 3 offsuit. It's for a third of his stack, and he's already got 6 in there, James.
Yep,
Yeah,
he makes the call.
You see the reluctant call there. You just can't call, but you can't fold, but you can't call. It's just tough, so it just makes the crying call, and we're going to have 3 ways with Trish at risk. Ace, king 7. Trish taking the lead here as it checks to a turn. Robert picking up 2 pair now with his king tray. And Trish needed an ace or an 8 or she is eliminated. And that is what we do not see on the river as Robert's 2 pair is going to hold.
You want to fall? Worm, baby.
And unfortunately, we see the 8th place finish here of Miss Trish, an accomplished poker player, lots of tournament experience. Like I said, another Vegas tournament poker player during the World Series of Poker, all over the Abilene League scene.
Exactly. Yeah, she's a definite force to be reckoned with.
Yep, and finished up in 8th place, 200 for her efforts. And then there were 7. And we still have a few players low stacked. Ron here. That one chip made a difference, James. He made an extra $100.
It did. He did make, yeah, because strategic play can get
Yeah.
you more money. So
Laddering up, that was the point of it. But he's going to be all in blind here. David with the ace king offsuit first act. He's just going to, he raised up 12 min raise. Quentin here with a very pretty hand, 34K in his stack. It's for a third of his stack. They're wanting to call to try to get that 1K chip, but it's not going to happen. So David's going to get those chips back. And Ron's first stage of chip and chair underway here. Can his 7-3 outpace the ace-king of David? 2 live cards, James.
2 live cards. I've seen crazier things.
Ron here need to catch a 7 or 3 to stay alive. King right on the flop, but the clubs are playing.
The
Ron
clubs
has
are
the
in play.
3 of clubs.
Club 307. No? Dang.
Yep.
Jack on the river is going to eliminate Ron, but that one chip got him an extra $100, James.
Exactly.
That one fold got him there. Now you see here on these payouts, we have just updated the stream. Like I said, we run on a 15-minute delay, James. So we found out 15 minutes ago and needed to change the payouts here. The players are going to see them now making a deal. You see there on the screen. How about $1,000 for every person left, James? What do you think of that?
That's pretty impressive.
What do you think of that if you're Ron, Trish, or Jason, though?
Sucks. Got to play better.
They have left the $300 spare up on the top, but they're also playing for that fantastic, the bracelet and the bracelet, the box of the goodies. Get that up on the stream here for you guys real quickly. You see there the bracelet, the Pirates treasure set, the title of 2025 ECP champion. I mean, these guys, that's what they're playing for. And they have all made a deal for $1,000 each and playing for the title and an extra $300. And you can see it now. Frank here puts them all, puts Quint all in with pocket kings.
Versus Quint's ace queen off.
I bet Quint's going to be happy that they made that deal
Exactly.
right now. Needing to catch an ace right now and are only an ace, but you got $1,000 payday. Good negotiation on all these players' parts because it's still anybody's game.
Absolutely.
So
anything can change in a flop of the cards.
So we're going to see Quint here at risk as Destiny gets the pot put together here. 80,000 in the middle. Frank's pocket kings going to take a huge chip lead here in this ECP championship with only 5 remaining if he can fend off an ace. 9-10-4, no help to Quint. Looking to catch an ace and only an ace here to stay alive. And that's going to do it with the king. He could catch a jack, though.
Could catch the jack on the river. Oh, no luck.
The pocket kings hold, and we say goodbye to Quint, who got a heck of a deal, James. They just chopped it up there. So put it on the screen one more time. Top 6 players, $1,000 payday, leaving $300 on top for the first place winner, and that fantastic bracelet and chip set and the card protectors and the title of the 2025 Season 10 ECP Poker Champion.
Yep, it's awesome.
Stick in there. These chip stacks are still kind of all over the place, but you're going to see a lot more movement now that we have divvied up some money.
Exactly.
You've got Robert and Edward and Adrian both with about 10 bigs each. Frank here, the new chip leader, Queen Jack suited. Curious to see if he puts some kind of pressure on these guys. I mean, there's not much you can do when everybody's gotten 1,000 already. But
yeah, exactly.
People want the title. Makes the call. Robert and David both not waking up with anything, and Adrian going to be able to check his option there with the 9 deuce suited. 4, 7, 9. Top pair for Adrian. Not much help here for Frank unless he just wants to float with the 2 overs and running straight or flush cards. And you heard me say the second part sounded good enough, so it's going to stick around.
Exactly.
A lot of good turn cards with that hand. That's going to be one of them.
That's a really good one.
Takes over lead with that top pair, and Adrian not going to slow down here. Going to keep betting. You know, these guys, now they've got 1,000 apiece, it's going to loosen up a little bit, I think.
Yeah, I think the play is going to be a lot.
Yeah, the lot looser.
Looser.
Pressure has been released. 6 on the river doesn't change anything here. So Frank, he's got to call one more bet that Adrian's stacking up there. Puts out a big stack of yellows, betting at least 20,000 here. And there's 60 in the middle. Looks like he bet 16, 17.
17.
Yeah, there's a lot of chips in the middle. And, you know, Adrian, yeah, he's going to see the bad news that Frank floated one more card to take the lead on that hand. And the rich get richer as Frank is poising himself to take that first out fish card protector to a first place bracelet win.
Exactly.
He's stacking up the chips as Frank now has 43% of the chips in play. The blinds aren't small, though.
Nope.
Any one of these guys, if any of these other two stacks get it in there, they creep up and start to get a little bit closer there. So if you're Frank, do you lean on the stacks, or you just kind of wait and sit back and let them kind of take each other out? Decisions.
Yep.
Robert here on the cutoff.
Yep.
Ace-8, David on the button. Do you think you raise here, James? Or
yes. Put the pressure back on the other players.
And that's what he does, raising it to 21,000, big raise, and almost committing Robert there. And you see Robert making the fold as David shows the tens. What a guy.
Nice guy. David's got one of those strategy kind of games that sometimes he does really well. Sometimes it just blows up in his face.
Well, we saw a lot of aggression out of him early. I just see $1,000 handed out. How's that?
That's awesome. It's always nice when you're in the tournament and you make that.
You can get that $1,000 thrown at you, and now they're playing for some little bit of extra cash and that bracelet.
Exactly.
But yeah, we saw the aggression earlier out of David, as I was saying, and he was catching some cards. It was kind of a roller coaster, and then he kind of he went card dead, had to shut down for a while.
Right. It's kind of like with Jason.
Yeah. But Jason was still trying to make something happen, just couldn't do it at all.
Exactly.
And he didn't quite have the chips to be able to sit on, so he was kind of having to force the issue. But throwing some money at the dealers there, always appreciate that.
Exactly.
3 ways to a limped-in pot here. Frank, Edward, and Robert on a 4-9 deuce board. A lot of nothing for nobody. Who wants it? Nobody yet. It's going to check around. Queen on to the turn. It's going to give Frank and Robert both a flush draw. It could be interesting here. Robert's going to bet this one out 6,000. Frank here doesn't want to chase the club. Lets it go. That was the biggest competition there. And Edward, it shows nothing there. So Edward's able to steal one away there.
Exactly.
Like I said, I don't know if that bet is made if they don't make $1,000 deal, James.
Nope. I'm totally agreeing. If they didn't walk away with the guaranteed 1,000, I don't think he's throwing that money out there like that.
Like I said, I think things have opened up just a little bit here, but the title is still up for grabs, and that's the important part.
And the defending champion is still in the mix.
That's right.
Edward happened earlier.
Hey, what is wrong with you? I got all excited. I get $1,000.
Yeah.
18,000. You want that? Real bad, huh? You can have my 3. 18 to win 6. Okay. Pretty good return on investment.
Quick visit there from our floor out there. And we got another table opening up on this flight. See, this is going to be a monster tournament, James.
Exactly.
You sure you don't want to redo your flight?
Well, yeah. I think my wife would be a little upset.
How is she? I meant to ask you that earlier.
Doing good.
I've seen her as long as I've seen you.
Yep. she successfully retired, and when I talked to her earlier today, she was fluffing the Christmas tree.
Whenever they said you were flying in, I was curious if she was going to be with you or not. Like I said, I haven't seen her since last time I saw you.
She had thought about it, and she would have come, but
Well, maybe
cats
she's at home watching right now. So
maybe.
well, there's a lot of people watching, that's for sure. 5 people remaining. They have made a chop agreement. They're all getting 1,000, and they've all gotten 1,000. They've already paid it out. We saw the cash handed out earlier, but they're playing for the title and that extra $300 that was on there. See, David, they're playing aggressively again, raising it up with that ace-9, taking down the limpers.
Yeah, he does that quite a bit when he has a monster chip stack.
He's got enough to put pressure on. There's 129 for David. Adrian, the short stack, 26K. And Robert and Edward both poised right there, one double up to put them right back in the middle.
Absolutely.
So we've got a person rooting for Adrian, and we see YKW voting for Frank. Got some fans in the chat. We had some Trish fans, but unfortunately saw her lose a pretty big pot and had to get in or get out. And unfortunately for her, she took 8th place and 200. Heads up to a 8, 9, 10, and Frank is holding Queen Jack. Unfortunately, he's up against Adrian, who has 4 deuce offsuit, so I'm not real sure how he's going to extract any money out of Adrian for this one.
Nope. I'm pretty sure that any bet's going to...
Yep, he didn't even get it across the line.
Didn't even get... He made the move, and Adrian says, nope. Ooh, blind. I heard her say 5 and 10.
Yep, it is. Take a look here how that changes things. That's going to give... well, it hasn't changed quite on the computer yet. Once that gets changed over, you're going to see that Adrian's going to have 2 bigs. Robert and Edward both going to have right at an orbit left.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
Frank, almost 200,000 in chips, 44% of the chips in play.
And out of the remaining players, you got 1 defending champion.
And which one was Adrian?
Adrian.
Yeah, I started to say he's the current reigning champion, right?
Exactly.
Be pretty cool. Back-to-back bracelets. That can happen. Got 20K in his stack, couple double ups, and he's right amongst them.
Exactly.
See, Robert in the cutoff going to call the 10,000 with the king at 9 offsuit. Adrian doesn't have anything, but he's got to be the button, so he's going to get to see a couple of hands for free here. Frank going to check his option. He's out-pipped by Robert with the king 6 versus the king 9. Ace, queen, 4, 2 hearts. Not a good flop for either player. You could see a bet by either player here and take this one down. Robert's going to be the first one to do it, and that's going to go his way.
Down.
So does Frank still have his poker office in Abilene?
No, he revamped it so his daughter could use it as a counseling.
Oh, okay. That was a cool little place to play poker for many years.
Yeah.
Of course, I've been to Jason's place, and that's the man cave of man caves.
Oh my gosh, yeah. With all the animal heads on the wall.
It's fantastic.
It's so totally amazing.
And Jason's got a great poker setup out at his place. Hosts a lot of the ECPs, if not all of them, I think. Right?
He is. That's the ECP location for the entire season. Once you got that all set up, it's been pretty awesome.
No reason not to with that kind of setup. David here in the cutoff raises it up to 30K. Pocket 7s, no takers, and still picks up 15K in blinds.
Yep.
Yeah,
he's got a free ride for a couple of hands at least.
Yeah, and you can see here. I mean, all these guys have got $1,000 a piece. Once again, if you're just tuning in, had a chop of $1,000 a piece with the extra 300 going to first place, along with the accolades and hardware. But these guys have all got $1,000, but they're still they're still making the moves. They want that title, James.
Exactly. And all the prestige that goes with it.
That's true.
So
There's only 10 of them.
exactly. Like I said before, this is the only league that I've played in that I haven't won.
Well, it's hard to do it from Virginia, but
Well, it was hard to do it even when
before you moved.
it's like I'd make the final table and just Trish would be my biggest nemesis.
Oh, no.
She would. There was numerous times where Trish has taken me out, and I have good quality hands, and it was just crazy.
Well, it does take the cards. Like I said, look at Jason. You know, he would have been one of the odds-on favorites to
Exactly.
to win the whole thing, and just could never get it started. Didn't catch anything, and when he did, it was second best.
Yeah, exactly. Frank took that last hand down with a sizable raise from the button.
Yeah, Adrian is got about a big and a half left.
Exactly.
So he's in the it's on the button right now. That's what it is. Yeah, I'm waiting for the graphics to catch up there at the top. He's on the button, so he'll get to see a couple more hands before he needs to put in a lot of his stack in the blind.
Yeah, exactly.
First act here. No, I'm sorry. He was under the gun.
He was
Yeah,
under
so
the gun,
he's
yeah.
going to be in the big next hand, but didn't
Yeah.
want to do it with that one. So
Edward
hopefully he
hits the
picks up a
button.
good one next. And Edward's going to see a flop here, playing in his position with the king 8 offsuit. David in big blind, worst hand in poker.
He gives you that sly look out of this corner of his eyes, like
He's got 2 live cards
exactly.
and the chips to put the pressure on. 9-9 jack. He's going to check it over to Edward. Edward's going to check it back. King on the turn. Now that's going to end the hand here. David here. If David doesn't take a stab at it, Edward's going to put it in the rest of it, and Dave's going to let it go.
No matter, we're gonna see what you got anyway. Edward. It was a key that I didn't. Yeah. I knew it was something like that. You ain't just doing it with 8 of spades.
So we just opened our 4th table.
That's pretty
Flight
awesome.
C.
That's pretty awesome.
So what does that make the prize pool? I think it started out at 9,300 for today, and got another 3,000 plus at least in there. So we're sitting about
Wow.
12, 13,000. And another flight to go, James.
Oh, it's amazing how quick everything can just for the prize pool go up.
Well, it's great value, so you're going to get more entries. People see that prize pool, and a lot of people wait until Saturday to play.
Oop.
Adrian found it.
Adrian found it.
Of course, it was mostly in on the big blind, but he got a good one, ace 8. He's in the lead. He can say he got it in best.
Exactly.
Robert and David side pot action. 10, king, 7. Flush draw for David. Nothing else. 3 on the turn for Robert's going to take the lead as they're checking this quickly, trying to eliminate Adrian.
David pulls out the
How about
River-
runner straight?
runner straight. That's some craziness.
Front door clubs to back door straight. He's going to bet, and Robert's going to fold, and Adrian's going to see the bad news and eliminated in 5th place, but made the $1,000 deal, so not going home empty-handed.
Exactly.
And the defending title no longer being defended.
Nope.
We're going to have a new
Brand
champion,
new champion.
ECP League.
You've got 2 individuals who've played for years, and Bob, who's barely new this year. So,
You know, Bob's been here to the river a few times playing in some of our tournaments, and I had a promotion with a wheel spin, and he won $1,000 in my wheel spin promotion.
didn't somebody say he drove away?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
didn't.
Jason said, "Come back."
Yeah, he didn't even know that he had won the wheel
It's
spin.
crazy.
And
Yeah, because it's crazy.
he said, "I think I'll turn around for $1,000."
Oh, yeah, I would. Yeah. It's like Edwards. It's like Edwards been playing ECP just as long as he's been playing some of the other leagues. So it's like, it's like 3 people who've been in the league for years, and
And then Bob.
than Bob. But Bob, I played numerous tournaments recently with Bob, and
Well,
he's a pretty consistent player.
I think he's navigated this table well.
Exactly.
He ran really hot early, got some chips, and kept them. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
He's he, like I said, was really active early. Caught some cards, but slowed down when it was time to slow down, and got himself into the big chop for $1,000 bill.
Yep.
So everyone going to limp in here. Family pot,
Family
40,000 in the middle. Ace 8 in the lead for David. We're going to see a flop of Queen 6 9. Frank, bottom pair is going to be best right now. This one's going to check around expectedly. Another 9. Somebody can bet this one out here and win it, but Frank's going to beat him to the punch. First act, reach deep, 25,000. And then you see that it's going to work. So Frank there putting pressure on these shorter chip stacks. Like I said, all these guys have already paid $1,000 for their efforts, but they're still folding. They want that extra $300 and that title.
Exactly. And the poker chip set.
Yeah, oh yeah, that fantastic poker chip set. And that's such a cool chip set. Let's have a look at that again one more time. Of course, there's a fantastic box. There's the ECP Tournament Champions, the Tournament Poker Champion bracelet, the pirate set of the metal pirate coins, fantastic, cool home poker set, a very cool pirate-themed card protector. And there we see Jason's card protector, first out. And then I believe these are first, second, and third place.
First, second, and third, correct.
For the tournament. Ace, Jack here suited. David going to raise this one up to 26,000. See if Edward wants to commit to race with pocket deuces. You know it's a coin flip, Edward. It's the same thing as Ace King.
Exactly.
And he does make the fold.
He does make
Wants
the
to
fold.
try to find a better spot. Robert here has an ace. For the rest of his chips, it's kind of a targeted raise almost.
Exactly.
Took advantage of his big blind here. He does have an ace in his hand, four-handed, but he does decide to lay it down. Smart lay down there. Would have seen the bad news. You know, David doesn't always have to have an ace there to make that same play with that chip stack.
Oh, exactly.
But Bob there knowing that it's still David, and he's not doing it lightly.
No. He's got some premium card, at least one.
Something for sure out of David. The chip stacks are the haves and have-nots. 229 for Frank, 166 for David, and then Edward and Robert both having 3 and 2 big blinds left. Edward on the button, going to get to see some hands. Robert in the small blind has some of his money invested right now.
Yep, exactly.
Frank under the gun here with the 8-3. Going to be letting this one go. Edward not liking what he sees, lets it go. And an all-in for the rest of Robert's chips wasn't too much. David pretty much has a call with any 2 cards here.
Exactly.
And he does. And luckily he woke up with a good hand for him. And he's going to be in the lead right now with the ace-5 offsuit. And Robert all in for his tournament life with 9-10 suited. Flop of 6-9 deuce. Top pair for Robert. Good flop. Needs to dodge an ace. Deuce on the turn. No help. An ace and only an ace. So Robert doubles up, and that's what he does, James.
Exactly. Great run out for Robert.
Gets a much-needed double up there.
Absolutely.
Survive another orbit or 2. And now it's Edward's turn to wake up with the hand. Four-handed. For those just tuning in, there's quite a few people tuned in across Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch watching this final table ECP League Championship. We're down to 4. They made a fantastic deal for 6 players, all getting $1,000. Well, we got down to 6 players, and now they are playing for the remaining $300. But that fantastic winners set of the Pirate poker chip set and the awesome bracelet and the title of the 2025 Season 10 ECP Champion. As Edward's going to try to make a run at that as going all in with the Jack 8 offsuit. David Queen 10 suited. He already gave some chips over to Robert. He might not want to relinquish them so easily on this one.
Right, exactly.
He's got 139. He's in there for the small blind for 5. So it's only about 30 more. But like I said, he probably would do it if he hadn't just given a chunk to Robert. But he does make the call. He knows that you've got to have eliminations. And Frank going to get out of the way. So big hand here for Edward as David sees that he's currently ahead with the Queen 10 suited. But Edward, 2 live cards.
I only got 6 out. Unless you fill out 2 pair and I go straight draw. That's a good start.
9 deuce 4, no help to Edward.
Yeah.
Ace on the turn, only a jack or an 8. Doesn't happen, and we have our 4th place finisher, Edward.
This was the next hand. That's gonna be the big blind next hand.
$1,000 for his efforts, James.
Exactly. And that was a very strategic call by David.
Yeah, I didn't know if he was going to do it or not. You know,
Me either.
It would have been a snap if he hadn't have just gotten wounded off of doubling up Robert.
Exactly.
And
You know, being a little gun shy.
he had about 130, would have put him at 100 if he'd have lost that one. But more importantly, he would have doubled up both of the short stacks in a matter of 2 hands. So good choice on the gamble. Could have gone either way. I wouldn't have hit a call or a fold there.
Exactly.
So now Robert's the one needing it to get a double up here. Frank, you see 219,000. David right behind him at 190, and Robert at 44. But the blinds are 5 and 10, and they're going up soon. The players scheduled for a break, but I think they're going to either skip or shorten the break. So definitely don't go anywhere. This is blinds are here, definitely going to be making stuff happen. And speaking of which, yeah, Robert went all in and Frank folded. I thought he got called there. But
Exactly.
Robert in the big blind had pocket pair, put it in, and Frank let it go. Shout out to all of the staff for helping me accommodate these fine group of people from Abilene to come put this on. Been a lot of fun so far. What do you think, James?
I really like it. It's been awesome. Right now, David, the best he's done in the ECP finals has been 3rd. So he's at least matched
hey,
what
there you go.
his best
Match the
outing.
career high.
Exactly.
Frank here on the button. He gets pick up some blinds here. Going to raise this one up with the ace queen off suit. Robert, unfortunately, not having anything to defend it, lets a small blind go. David here, ace 8 suited, wants to see it. So we see some chip leaders clashing here. Big
Chips
hand.
fighting.
85 already in the middle. David looking for some diamonds. Doesn't get it, but both players spike an ace. That's hard to do 3-handed, James.
Exactly.
See some chips move here. Oh, but Frank ships it.
Frank just says, "You want to play?"
Yeah, and David, you know, David stood to lose some chips in this pot, but he asks him to show me if I fold, and he's going to show him the ace with the respect. Yeah, and Frank does keep to his word and shows him there. But yeah, that's a
disciplined fold on
saved
David's part.
Saved David some money there for sure. Definitely saved him some money for sure.
Exactly, because if he would have made the call, he would have been gone out at 3rd.
A check there would have been disastrous for David.
Oh yeah,
you know, top pair aces. It's tough to do 3-handed.
Exactly.
And for both of them to do it, that could have been a train wreck. So what do you think of the stream setup, James?
I like it. I like it a lot. Originally I thought about trying to do the live stream for the final down in Austin at the Lodge, but their setup, they limit you to 90 minutes.
Oh, really?
So
did they tell you what they charged for 90 minutes?
Yeah, I don't remember what the cost was, but I knew it was going to run a lot more than 90 minutes.
Was it 4 figures?
Yes. Because, you know, it's the Lodge.
It's the Lodge. I get it. I was just curious what their pricing was.
So.
Well, regardless, I'm glad you guys came here and joined us here. And it's been a lot of fun, and it's good to see a lot of you guys again. And let's everybody, that played in Abilene, Sweetwater, and surrounding areas to watch and see it at home and go back and watch it later. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Watch the whole thing roll out.
Got Richard in YouTube saying, "Let's go, Bobby!" Watching from Augusta. Must have some friends or family in Georgia watching him three-handed. He's right into the mix. He's the short stack, but one double up, and he's right up there.
Exactly.
And Frank here is going to give him a small blind. Doesn't want to give him any extra chips than he has to.
Pretty smart. Even though any two cards can win.
Yeah. No reason.
No reason to
give the small stack.
Yeah, no reason to just throw it away.
And we started with 9 players. If you're tuning in here just late, you see here that Jason eliminated in 9th place for $100. Trish, 8th place, $200. Ron then eliminated in 7th for $3. And then the rest of the players looked at each other and said, let's make a deal. And what a deal it was. $1,000 apiece, playing for $300 and the hardware and the title. And they've been playing like they want it, James.
Exactly.
Robert here in the small blind, 9-7 offsuit may give him a walk here. And he does.
Shows the 8 deuce.
Yeah, neither one of them had much of anything. So they're going to take just a quick break here to do a color up. Yeah, let them color up those chips there. And James, it's been a fun tournament so far.
It's been awesome.
We've got 3 players left. Frank, Robert, and David. You said Frank he hasn't won before, right?
Frank hasn't won before.
Okay. And Robert's fairly new to the league.
Exactly.
And David's been playing as long as forever, but does he have a bracelet?
Nope.
No.
His best result has always been 3rd.
Yeah, that's right.
He's got numerous thirds and couldn't get over that hump. So it's pretty.
Well, he's matched it so far, and he's positioned. The bracelet, like I said, this is the 10th season, you said, and Trish had 2 of them.
Exactly.
Jason's won 1. Had a lot of bracelet holders here at this final table, but we're going to have a new one regardless now. And I've known 2 out of 3 of them. I've known David and Frank for many, many years. And Bob's been here at the River Plains tournament.
Right.
So I've met him a few times. So I think they're all great guys. I don't know who I want to win.
Yeah.
They're all 3 of them fantastic. But I will say it's a little bit poetic if Frank can take this one down using the first out card protector, fish
that
protector.
Would be just too amazing.
That would be pretty cool. But the players that are eliminated right now may be playing in this tournament, James. It's a heck of a value.
Exactly.
You see there on the screen, our $10,000 guaranteed tournament is underway still. It started on Thursday, and then they had a Friday flat last night at 6 p.m., and the prize pool started today at already almost $10,000, and we've got 4 tables of action, over 30 players out there right now. So the prize pool is at least that $13,000, $14,000 range. Well surpassed the $10,000 guarantee, and appreciate each and every one of our members who have come to participate in this so far. Not much time left to get into the Flight C, but plenty of time to get into the Flight D. That's not starting for another 3 hours at 6 p.m. You can come get into the top 12% and come back tomorrow at 3 p.m. where we're going to be live here with you, bringing you that eventual winner of that $10,000 guaranteed. I don't even want to say $10,000 guaranteed anymore. I just say $10,000 achieved tournament.
Right, exactly. Because of the fact that
the guaree's done. We did it. So
you got where you needed to be.
Yeah, no worries there on that guarantee. But like I said, if you're here in San Angelo or even in Abilene, you've got plenty of time to drive over.
Exactly.
And it's only a $120 entry. $10 will get you a little bonus chip. and you got 20,000 in chips if you buy that bonus chip. $120 entry for what's going to be 16, 17, $18,000 prize pool.
Nice.
It's-
Nice. That's very nice.
Yeah, it's a good, definitely a good result. And for only $120, I'm excited. Like I said, we've got 4 tables going right now. Not much time left for registration in Flight C, but Flight D, you've got plenty of time to get into that one. Bill Pierce in the chat saying, head of the Killer Bees is on a roll. Go get him, Bob. Bob's still alive. We can take a look here at the screen as Robbie is coloring up some chips there. We can have a look at where these guys stand. The blinds will be coming back strong. I believe 2040 to go for 510, 2040. I believe so. I'd have to take a look. You're in
1020.
1020? Yeah, 1020. That makes a little more sense on that.
That
Yeah.
would be a crazy jump to
Yeah.
go to 2040 just out of from 510.
Yeah, it's already been quite jumpy. But you see there on the screen, Frank, the current chip leader, 245,000. David worked his way right behind him there, 215,000. They've got 90% of the chips in play. Robert's got a little bit of a hill to climb, James.
He does. He's got it. But I've seen crazier things happen
Yeah.
where
Chipping at
Chip
chairs,
chair
as
and a
that
prayer.
like we discussed.
exactly.
With the tournament itself, it was really interesting to kind of watch how this tournament developed. The first 30, 45 minutes, even the players that I know that I've known for years,
Everybody was playing
They were
so tight.
kittens. They were
Exactly.
being so nice. And it just goes to show that these championships mean that much more. Not just the title, not just the money, but just to say, hey, I won ECP season 10.
Exactly.
And
Exactly. That's the big deal.
yeah, and it was just so fun to watch that factor in, plus the playing on stream in front of friends and family. It was definitely an interesting dynamic for about the first 30, 45 minutes, and then things started to loosen up just a little bit, and the blinds really caught up to them because of that.
Right. Exactly.
Too many players were still involved. The chips were still spread a little too thin amongst too many players.
Right.
So you had a lot of players who typically wouldn't have themselves in that kind of a position, found themselves in that position,
Exactly.
and just had to make adjustments accordingly, and didn't quite work out for enough of them. Like I said, in Jason's defense, first out, an accomplished poker player
Exactly.
who would have been one of the odds favorites to take this one down, but just could not get the wheel spinning as everyone just kind of was tightened up right there at the beginning and couldn't do much to combat that. But at the end of the day, we've got 3. Let's take a look here. They're going to be coming right back into play.
Exactly.
Blinds are 10,000, 20,000. Dealer Robbie there pitching out the cards. Robert on the button, so he's going to see one hand for free, but he's going to need to make a move, figure out something here pretty quick, James.
Exactly. Decides to lay this one down.
Now, I don't know if you're going to see David and Frank battle too much here while Robert's still involved. You don't really want to battle with the only guy that can hurt you at the table when you're trying to get to a heads-up scenario.
Right. Exactly. Definitely.
They're going to see a flop together. Ace, Queen, 7. And David here actually taking the aggressive route, and I love it. So maybe I'm completely wrong. And Frank's got bottom pair and is itching to defend it.
And he lets it go.
Yeah, he was really close there.
Exactly.
But,
he was thinking about it.
Yeah, it shows that David's not scared to get it in there and play a little bit, even though you've got one guy with just a couple bigs left. Bill in the chat saying, nice commentating, guys. A professional look and exciting to watch. Good job. We appreciate you guys. Lots of first-time viewers from Abilene and surrounding area that participate or know about this league, know somebody that's been playing in it.
Exactly.
And, the stream kind of new here to the River League, but it's been absolutely fun, fantastic. You can go back and look at our YouTube channel at some of the previous events that we've had. Lots of fun here on stream, and we're improving it every single day. Tweaking equipment, just making things pop, and we really like it. And you guys showing support for the stream and showing up and participating in it, chatting in it, liking, sharing the stream, and subscribing on the YouTube makes the difference. And we're going to continue it on. And I hope a lot of you guys come back and join us for some of these other events. And we're going to be streaming every Thursday some cash games. We've had some 1-3 cash games. We had a 1-3 cash game, but it was uncapped on the buy-in.
Oh wow!
And so it basically paid like a 10-20.
Well, of course.
But it was entertaining. It was definitely entertaining. But then we had 1-3s, which is a small buy-in. People just enjoying themselves on stream.
Exactly. Looks like
Robert had to put it in there. He was in the big blind to put in the last of his chips, all in with the queen 9. David can't not make the call with that chip. Only 15K left to make the call. And David, once again, wakes up in a scenario like this, shorthanded with an ace and in the lead.
exactly.
Robert here needing to catch a queen or a 9 to stay alive and make a run at the bracelet. 4, 5, 6, no help. That's a pair for David. Queen or a 9 still can catch an 8. You hear Robert saying the same outs I am. Stay
Exactly.
alive.
And
Does not happen. So we
Exactly.
have our third place finisher as Bob. Third place, but like I said, he got in that fantastic deal.
exactly.
$1,000 for his third place finish. Those top 6. I mean, what a deal. You played all year long and drove down here and got $1,000.
Exactly. And look, David's improved his
There you go.
his
He has a
results.
new PR in the ECP, a new personal record. Minimal second place. And the blinds are big, 10 and 20,000. But I'm curious to see how these guys, there's not a lot of chips between them, not a lot of bigs in play. Like I said, the blinds kind of ran away with this tournament because everyone was playing pretty slow.
Exactly.
But they've got a little bit enough to make some folds here and there. But you see there, David 300,000 and Frank with 215. Heads up action for those that don't know. Button acts first, and Texas Hold'em heads up. And you see Frank there folding his 8 tray, just giving David the walk on the big blind. You see a lot of that heads up whenever you get down to these tournaments because, like I said, the strategy changes a little bit, James.
Oh, exactly. Because if you ever watch any of the World Series of Poker, any 2 cards can be the winning cards at the final. An
Yeah.
example, you look at Doyle Brunson winning with the 10-2.
Yeah, the quality range of the cards changes a lot. Even a king or a queen in your hand is huge. So the ranges widened up quite a bit, but you don't always want to necessarily
I think the dealer misdealed.
Yeah, we put that one there. Let him grab that back, Robbie. Try that again. I got confused with heads up. Yeah, they're going to try to figure that out. Yeah, just bring it back. Bring it back. I allow my dealers 1 misdeal a day. There's his. He's got a long way to go, though, Rob. It's going to be a long day. We got a lot of players out there playing tournament.
Oh yeah, so it's like, oh yeah, I forgot. It happens, but it's fine.
Yeah, it is a long day here at the River League this Saturday. We've got that Flight C that we were talking about earlier going on right now. Flight D at 6 p.m. tomorrow. If you've enjoyed this stream, we're going to be doing it again tomorrow with the feature table and then to a final table winner of that $10,000 guaranteed tournament. I think I've got 10 players registered qualified right now. There should have been 11, but I had one guy double back. He got in the top 12% twice. And so he get to combine both of his bags to come back on Sunday. And he should be out there playing today because I have that triple bag bonus. If anybody gets 3 bags out of 4 flights, they get a $400 instant bonus. Basically pays for their whole tournament. They get to free roll into day 2. So he's the only double bagger so far. So unless one of the previous baggers can get into that top 12% here in this flight that's going on right now, and then go for that Flight D triple bag bonus. But I had the chip stacks up on Facebook. Didn't put them up on the stream here, but sort of just got some with just barely any chips, and then you've got, I think, Darla, massive chip lead on the field. So we'll see how she handles that. Excited to see how she performs.
Exactly.
She ran so good on stream the other day. On Thursday night, we streamed the 10K tournament and played well, made a couple great calls.
It's like Frank's leading out with
Ace is strong heads up.
yeah.
Raised it up to 60. Blinds are 10 and 20. So David here with 310 in his stack. Need 40,000 more. Not an insignificant amount, but 10-9 makes a lot of hands. Heads up.
Exactly.
And he's going to make the call. So we're going to see our first flop here at heads up with 120,000 in the middle. Every one of these pots are going to be huge.
Exactly.
5, 8, 9. Good choice for David as he's flopped top pair. Frank, bottom 5. A pair is hard to make. Heads up. And an all-in from Frank. And David, you got top pair, heads up. This is difficult, James.
And you can see the expression on David's face. It's like,
What do you do here?
what do you do? Did he hit the straight?
Does
he
he
have-
have a straight
like,
draw, or does
Does
he have a flush
trip?
draw?
It's like flush draw. Did he hit the straight?
Yeah.
But it's just
Let's listen and see what he says here. Oh, he
makes the
calls.
call.
And he's going to see the good news as Frank just has the bottom pair. So David, 2 cards away from 2025 ECP champion here, needing to dodge an ace or a 5. 3 not going to do it. Ace or a 5, or you have 2025 champion, and there it is. David W., your 2025 ECP League champion. And Frank, he just second place. I was, he played so good, got all the way down to the end, but the blinds were just so high there, James.
Oh, exactly.
You
You're going to be all in, or the fold.
Oh yeah, and at the end of the day, a heads up play, a pair is hard to make.
Exactly.
I mean, it's a strong hand heads up. And there was so much in the middle there that I loved the all-in by Frank. It definitely put David in the blender.
Exactly.
And anybody who doesn't have top pair there is going to fold.
Exactly.
And you're going to have a massive chip lead. Just unluckily for Frank that David had the hand, flopped that top pair, and David made a it was a painful call, but it was
painful.
It was
You
the
could
right.
see it on his face.
It was definitely
He was like,
but it definitely was the right call.
Exactly.
Especially in heads up play. Top pair, you just can't lay that down.
no.
So you've got the box there. Is there anything in that box, or did they put it all out there already? I want to see if we have anything here to show on stream.
I've got the bracelet.
There it is. Let's switch it to this camera right here. Hold that up here. Let's see if I can get that up there. Up sort of. There it is. The
There
Tournament
you go.
Poker Champion. We're about to go over there and give this one away.
Exactly.
So to Mr. David, and we appreciate him. We appreciate everybody, and you.
And
sir.
we appreciate you
Yeah, it's been.
for allowing us to have it here.
Yeah,
This has been phenomenally awesome.
I hope it becomes a thing. I'd like to have the back here every year. A good place. I used to be involved in the ECP and dealing the final table. So
Exactly. And
Now,
I always appreciated when you would want to
there's
deal
a
the
lot-
final table because it took a lot of pressure.
you can
and
just
and
sit back and run things while let
exactly.
me deal
And
the table there.
as you say, with the dealer, you get more hands in.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No,
So
it was a lot of fun, and hope it becomes a thing. And I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in and watching the stream and watching Mr. David take home $1,300, the hardware, the bracelet you just saw, the fantastic poker set, and the title of 2025 ECP Tournament of Champions winner, 10th anniversary. There's only
Exactly.
been 10 winners, and David has put his name on one of them. So now come after him next year, guys.
exactly.
Hope to see you right here on this same stream for season 11. You going to fly in?
Probably.
Probably. I hope you do, and I hope each and every one of you watching come and join us. If you're here local or if you're in Abilene, there's still time to come into the River League today for our $10,000 guaranteed tournament. Flight D starts at 6 p.m. We've already got over probably $14,000 into that pot on that $10,000 guarantee that was wiped out in the first 2 flights.
Exactly.
So easy peasy there, but tons of other stuff coming up. My birthday tournament next weekend. We've got one thing that I haven't mentioned, and I'm beating myself up for it. I didn't tell you. I'm having a New Year's tournament. $5,000 guarantee, not a big deal.
Yeah.
$15 to play.
I saw that on the poster. I was like, how are you going to get to $5,000 with?
I don't know. It doesn't
But
matter.
Doesn't matter.
But yeah.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
So yeah,
you see that? Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be an absolutely fun tournament. December 27th, I believe, is the first day onto that one. I may even, I sure do here. Here it is on screen. I didn't even know I had one up here. December 27th, Saturday, Flight A at 1 p.m. We're gonna have 7 flights. December 27th all the way up to New Year's Day. A $5,000 guaranteed tournament. $13 to play with a $2 bonus chip. No add-ons. It's just $15, James.
That's crazy.
And how am I going to reach $5,000? We don't know.
Hey,
but we're going to try.
you hit 10.
We hit 10 before halfway through.
Exactly. So
pleasantly,
there's enough poker players to get you where you need to be.
It's going to be a fun time either way. But lots of stuff coming up, including that one at the River League. Keep an eye on our Facebook. Join us tomorrow on stream for the culmination of the 10K. We appreciate each and every single one of you, whether you're involved with the Abilene League or just a member here at the River, tuning in to watch Mr. David take home the title and the hardware of the 2025 ECP Champion. And congratulations to all 9 players who made it this far.
Exactly.
And do you know when they're starting the league back up? Is it in January?
It starts in January. Don't know the exact dates, but usually they figure out the dates throughout for the entire year, so they people can set their schedule around that.
No, they play it once a month, and if you're in the Abilene area and you'd like to maybe see about joining into the ECP, it doesn't cost anything. It's just a poker league that comes and plays. Just to come play the tournaments. Just a group of guys that get together and gals and play once a month. Reach out to me and the River League, and we'll get you in touch with Jason and get you guys involved in that because it's a lot of fun. I played it for years and encourage everybody. Poker is a great game, and there's a little bit of something for everybody here at the River or the ECP there in Abilene. But once again, David will be having pictures of him up on Facebook in the ECP group, I'm sure, shortly with the bracelet. And I'm going to let this guy get out there and celebrate. They've been waiting for us for probably 30 minutes now.
Probably.
Better get out there. But once again, thanks to each and every one of you for tuning in to all of our social medias, watching this final table championship. Congratulations to David for his win. And keep an eye on the River League Facebook for stuff we have coming up, including tonight's final flight for the 10K guarantee, my birthday tournament next week, the 5K guarantee end of year, and everything else I've got coming up in January that would take me another 30 minutes to list. But there's a little bit of everything for everyone here at the River League. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, thanks, James.
Thank you very much.
Safe travels, sir.
You bet.
Welcome back here anytime. And each and every one of you, welcome to join us here at the River League. Thanks for tuning in, and watch out for the pictures of David coming up soon.